yehlisa umoya
awukho serious ngenectarine
sendlele
awukho serious usuyidubile njengodube
ususuthi
it's fine
usuyisuthi
duba nectarine
usuyisuthi nectarine
duba ama-nectarine wena ukhotha indumbu is what you do
AMAGENTS. Azange bathi for penguin.
ubani uthumela ama-chance
Lo muntu ozomshangisha.
yazi indumbu ngizoyithatha zonke ngami nginazo ngendlini
just in case so you can
ngiyolahle
plant
dustbin on the way
so that you can plant
ngizohamba nesitsha futhi khona ungeke usinunge
ungasebenzisa for
Ngoba
something else
ama-nectarine ubudla ubhanana
Today I have a life. I need to live.
today you have a life you don't have a life
Sizwe,
Mina,
please count
general.
us down, bro. Like, just so that we know we're on.
3,
Generally,
1, action.
Thank you.
I think now, I'm not like this pan. I'm obsessed, Anton.
so nifuna ukuhlala la kuze kushaya u12 ebusuku on a Friday singaye
It's the
emakhaya
requirement. It's work.
Sizwe, is that my camera?
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Sabelo Dlamini.
what up Sabelo Dlamini wenze
Sabelo fethu sicela amanye ama-coaster fethu ngoba yes siyabonga ukuthi ebe u5. Sicela nje noma abe u30.
gabe
Uzosigaxa nge-invoice as well fethu support ibhizinisi lama-coaster.
one coast one
And anyone else who
I
needs
know
coasters,
so umuntu uthola coast one
I don't talk on top of each other. Kodwa nganizwa. Anyone who needs coasters and can't get a hold of Usabelo Dlamini, please hit me up and then I'll link you. And then I want to give a shout out again to TP Maponya.
ngicela yami ibhathi Mlotshwa la ngizoyithenga ngizoyikhokhela yami ngizoyikhokhela ungenzele bese ngizoyithenga yami
Palen.
Yes, we're here for AMAGENTS and Convo. Abantu are coming to do their own. Amathenda adliwa kanje. Sizodiscussa the business stuff when usuzofuna kwakhe eceleni.
ngiyaxolisa-ke
Brand yakho yini Mlotshwa?
ya isibongo sakho kanti ngithi kuphi iskipho sakho kibine wena
today
brabi
I'm empty.
ulenga wena
It's casual Friday.
iskipho
It's casual Friday.
No man.
fana ugawule
Sitha
bona
bana
ngithanda
sitha
iskipho
none.
masilenga kuwena iskipho fasihlala sibona kagqoka iskipho buka manje mfethu
Anasikhathi ntanam.
Another shout out to TP Maponya who sent us money to buy healthy stuff. We bought bananas and apples last week.
yeah
This
not last
we
week the
got
week before
Nectarines. Oh, nectarines are so expensive. But a shout out to the nectarines. Anyone who wants to donate, it can be healthy foods, it can be to our snacks. If you want to guys donate to our beverages, we'd appreciate that very much.
ufuna nje ungithumela nje imali engicash sendele
Guys, ama-celebrities ase-South Africa ahlupheka. Ningabona abantu fethu edumile ama-TV. So nje no 50 rand, no 20 rand can go a long way. So shout out to you guys.
thina singawona ama-celebrity ukuthi sihlupheka kangakanani uthe wena what do you have after this
Kinali, one of my intwana yami ukhulu. Intwana yakhe ibhodile. So it's after Barkin. What do you call it day before the funeral?
yes that's
Yeah?
Night vision.
Hey, so spanner lapha ya.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, no stress. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about it today.
how old is the
This-
child you know
21 fit.
Bena?
No, not 21.
21.
Yeah,
Yo,
thina
that's not nice. That's actually painful.
thina amajita wethu because I'm 38, 37.
but how do you not know your age every time you have to think how old you are
I've got more important things to think about.
than to just know how old you are bro.
I don't need to think about how old I am.
What
Someone
year
else
were you
can
born?
remind me.
What year were you born
88.
okay
Yeah, someone else can remind me. There,
about your age
there are other people whose job is to remind me of certain things.
like your age
Yes. I could have got someone who can remind me. So
Which
there's
one
no
remember?
need. I'm telling you a story.
the
So
whole year ubamba just one number
38. You know?
hey
Yes, I'm much the guys that are my age. This year, I'm much I'm 3. It's either they've lost their younger brother or their child because of inyaupe.
Because of Inyaupe. In this situation as well, it's also drug related.
Ukas.
I've never had someone that close. I've never lost someone that close to me. And I think about it all the time with how I'm going to deal with it. Specifically, my brother, my sister, my mom, and then my children. Those are the closest people. I've lost my father, but when we lost him, it wasn't like that. And
we've lost
our
so
aunt.
many family members
Yeah, but they didn't feel like that for me.
yeah I didn't feel like that but like they close like it's your already sisters yeah bon so it's close
I'm just saying, Guti, I've never
Mamncane,
lost
actually.
someone where I think about losing them a lot because I don't know what that will do to me.
uzokhala boy
Ngikhalela.
Khalela mina.
Oh ifa. Oh uzongishela imali eningi mfowethu. Ngizokhalela ukuthi ngishela inyoka.
Yeah, konyu.
Intwana zakho ngibiza ngeimpama.
Konyu.
Sek baba sek.
So,
And it's
So,
so
yeah,
sad, man.
these drugs, man, they are killing these kids. They guys.
So my one fear is it's not a trauma reaction. I've got a fear, and maybe this is what some women out there don't understand, and maybe some gents. I want my children to have children as early as possible.
Yeah.
One of my fears is that legacy of faith kandani ingane, because you can lose your kids. Ungayikhulisa ingane zakho fethu zize fike 17 zibhode. Ingane yakho ifike fethu 25 it's high time. Yabo mhlawumbe mangisengi 29 ibhode.
Ibhode 28.
Labo fethu ulindile uthi say no, my grandkids ntwana coming. They come fuck all.
I've had a thought ukuthi incosi yami, it's almost like mangathi kuyimfethu ngayincosi mfethu. Even if she's the lowest age, I don't want to say the age because I need to
21.
16.
It's 21.
16.
I said 21 for them.
Yeah, for them.
It's fine. Yeah.
16.
Mama sisho kunye ubaboro
Hey.
ngisho kulegal kodwa
So mina ke mfethu back ngayincosi ungawari ngesigela what just ngosi mfethu. Yeah, we'll do everything for you mfethu. One of my
grand.
That's what I
Or
want.
Toli chere grand.
Yeah.
Shine most if you.
la next ring adliwa nini kodwa
Yeah, Ntwana.
Sizo, would you like a nectarine? Uyahleka.
Please.
Yazo upampela ama nectarine.
please
Cabanga mfethu umuntu uzokucela something kodwa uyabhesa, uyabonga.
please man
Hey, who's going to eat these nectarines?
who's going to eat his
Excuse
nectarines
yakhe iflu nje ukudelela.
who's going to eat his nectarines check ushaya izandla edandi
Except-
usha ngesikhindi esiphephule hey #bani purple woman for
March
change
against what?
Hey.
Yeah, it is woman for change.
woman for change
Woman for change.
Usha woman for change boy national shutdown
Nice shots.
yeah
Nice shots.
veza amadolo awuvela ku camera khona uzokubona
Nice shots. Hey, do a nice legs, bro. I've said this to you before, Ntwana.
Eh?
The cycling and the vibes.
check
Those legs are looking delicious.
also la itafuleni khona bazokubona
Don't twerk him.
I'm sure selling nectarine for the sexy legs.
It does twerk la. Anamele matwerk.
No, vele uchichele lot of it. Come on. Caesar's an athlete.
namgcela unqa
Shout out to Umaponya. Even though, hey, I didn't see imali yamaponya. I just say we imali yamlotshwa.
mamlo
Nut.
Best fruit on earth.
best le ne mango
Mango is my favorite fruit.
le
Mango. Penson's favorite fruit growing up. Mango. I don't eat mango.
now it's a battle a ripe nectarine versus a ripe mango boy
So you were still saying Guti as early as possible.
Yeah, as early as possible. Just ukuthi mfethu ngayincosi. Ungawari about your schooling things that will take care of everything.
Maybe that's why I have a lot of kids as well. Higher chance of mhlambe khona bazoba amastabi
Early, ne?
khona mhlambe that won't want kids. No, for reals. I might have kids that are gay.
Yeah.
Mina ngithi ngithembile.
don't use games got a chop
I'm saying ukuthi intwana yakhe izoba gay. I don't want children. Dad, I don't want kids. Why are you forcing me? Do you know how vile the world is?
yeah even
I'm like, you know what, it's fine.
even if he's hetero that's a gay thing to say there
To not have kids.
yeah
Saying you don't want kids is a gay thing to say.
it's gay bro
So straight people must have kids, otherwise you're gay.
yeah
He no homophobia into sure.
not gay
Got no homophobia.
not gay in a homophobic way
I don't have kids. You're gay. So
You're gay.
before you had kids, what Penson saying?
I was gay.
You were gay.
Yeah.
You know homophobia into
Are you
sure.
gay?
no not gay in a homophobic way gay in like
Gay.
bruh, you gay you see him wearing that woman for change shorts
Those are
That's
lekker
gay.
shorts. There's nothing gay about those shorts.
he's gay
There's nothing gay about those shorts.
That's either a child.
What do Penson mang?
that's gay yiko kade ngifuna ukuthi sikuphi nectarine
It does twerk la ucube with that people for change.
Are you scared of not having grandkids?
I'm petrified.
Yeah,
because
love
I was a
that.
late bloomer in terms of having kids. Because ngangibhizi ngiyacela ngiphi ingane. So I felt I was late.
Yeah.
I was ready to have kids at 24. Ne? Uzita came, I was 27.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad, 27. But I was ready at 24. Yeah, one. I was like, sure. And he was saying, yeah, 21, you must have kids, 21. I'm
one?
like, you. I was like,
Oh yeah, it was I was late.
Yes,
I had
so-
my first one at 24.
So,
Mina ngangifuna my first one at 18.
so now you've got this guy saying have a child at 21. I'm like, I'm not ready. At 24, I'm like, Sissy, I'm ready. She's like, nope. I was like, gee, so I had to wait another what. But so for me, I'm scared.
Sorry
though.
to make it personal, but shout out to Lo Sisi, man, because at least I know the inside story and she was doing things the right way.
Yeah, shout out to her.
shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
I watched Shut Up, Men Are Talking, Chris Q, Khatebe. Man, Chris is talented. I want to give a shout out to Joanne Reyneke as well.
Okay.
I'm hoping to actually sit down with her at some point.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if it's going to be on Convo or somewhere else, but
Nice.
I've been a fan of Joanne for a while.
Yeah.
And initially at some point, I thought her acting was a bit puppish.
Actress.
She's an actress.
Shout
Yes, please. Yes.
I'm on the Rabu.
Shut up, men are talking.
that line that you just said right now, that's gay, bro.
What you did is gay.
So at some point, Faith, I didn't rate Joanne as an actress, to be honest. But looking at that production, I saw Bad Influencer, I think, on Netflix and some of her other work. I find her she's...
What's her name?
Yes, no, she's maturing as an actress. She's maturing very, very well. I have huge respect for her. Because I acted as her father on a show called Broken Vows on ETV. So she was a grown lady, and then there was a throwback to when she was a child. And then I was called in as a featured extra to be Timalak. You know, at that time I was like, okay, now I know you're act to see, it's not bad. Hey, but now I'm fit. I know how to tell her for reals. I actually had my mom watching.
Nice.
Yeah, I had my mom watching.
That's the open fit.
So shout out to Chris Q, man.
Yeah. What he's doing in fit too is nice.
Putting shows on YouTube.
Yeah, for the game, something will it'll disrupt something.
And I watched Toxic Mornings with him and Lerato Velasa. Yeah. No, shout out to them, man. I also I made a note here for you guys.
Yeah.
Please put an age restriction before the show. There was a comment on one of your past shows where someone was saying, guys, please don't watch this with your kids, what. And I know Siakuluma would say, I'm Peppa, you guys.
Never. Don't come here with your stuff.
What do you mean?
Have you ever used those
nose ring, nails.
Yeah.
Or projector.
We've
said those things, not
putting a project.
So anyways, you've said those things. MK, just a suggestion, age restriction,
please,
on the show, because I don't think it's for children.
But it gets extreme here. Now 16 hours try.
Why don't you speak about pound and fair too?
What? Okay. But again, 16 is the legal age of consent. Can't we make it 16?
No, the things we discuss here get extreme. Yeah. They get extremely vulgar. Yeah. It's not just about 16, sex. It's actually the conversations here get extreme, and I don't think most of them are for children, or some of them are for children's listening.
Yeah, I agree with you.
What times I gave you something to read? Before you read it,
I wanted to talk about the
before you talk, Ntlanhla Zulu. Last shout out, Ntlanhla Zulu, the guy on the train.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Umakeba. Love you all the time, bro. Yourself and all the day ones. If you can, maybe this is the lesson.
Yes.
Maybe this is the lesson. Ntlanhla tells us every time, I'm the guy on the train in Cape Town. So Mklampe, now if you can have a tagline,
sure.
We'll remember you and we'll give you a shout out. So shout out to all the day ones.
Shout out, guys. I want to also just touch on this because it is a very important subject right now. This Women for Change. We're recording this on the 14th of November. Sure. They're planning that national shutdown.
2021. I think day before the G20. At least they're cleaning the seat.
Anyway. Do you guys have an opinion? I've got a big opinion about that movement. Not just that movement, Women for Change, and what they're trying to do for the 21st.
Also, I don't really have an opinion. Man, the thing is, in fact, I think whatever you need to fight or you want to fight for, fight for it, man. Dube, should he have another one?
No,
no, not even like that. If you like another nectarine fit, give a shout. These guys might smash them. Babegeli want to
yeah,
yes,
please put one. I'll put one on the side for you. Just in case. Penson who loves nectarine.
Yeah, when I stand up, I'll smash that one. Then you go to first message report on your touch your for later.
People don't know how to pot.
Well, whatever.
Slap chips from Newcastle. Portos.
Portos, is that the name of the place?
The shop,
You said that's your favorite fish and chips. I think you've said something like that
Best
before.
slab chips in the world.
Oh, imagine when you attach a package,
Debza, you were saying something. I'm sorry, I distracted you with the thing. I was hoping to just.
I was just saying, what look, I've been listening to all the radio stations throughout the week about this whole Woman for Change. Man, the thing is, I think we entertain a lot of things, man, general, and some things, man, I just block, man. I think I'm just at a stage, I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Because the complaint is, why you're not fighting for men? The whole thing of murder in the country, men are killing men. So no, but men are killing men. So why should this thing be talked about? Someone is like, no, but women is because they're being killed by men. For me, some of these things, they get tiring, man. And I just think in your little corner, whatever fight you need to fight for it. If men are at a stage where they're like, look, this thing is really a problem. Fight for whatever you want to change for AMAGENTS. What's killing us is that fighting for men is not profitable in South Africa. I think that's one of the issues that AMAGENTS or whichever, is it fathers and sons? I forgot some of the organizations AMAGENTS. I think what's killing them maybe is the fact that South Africa running an NGO to fight for men issues. And it then seems like AMAGENTS, they're not speaking out, but AMAGENTS, they're contributing to those movements. They're trying. But once you've got a movement that is based on division, you then lose some people. And now you want to convince them to say, no, but this march is for all of us and all of that. It becomes very, very, very tough, So I think those who believe in it must do it. I think they've got every single right to do their march. It's just funny how whenever it's a woman thing, it's crazy how it's quick, it catches fire, it's fast in Tonaman. Even the thing for them to go protest, if it was a man for change, day before G20, forget, you're not going to get that. Because you need to go to court to get a march permit. I don't know
but
what
then
it's
they
called.
get rejected. I think even though they've got like 800,000 signatures on petition, I think it's been rejected.
Is it?
It stands to correction.
But now they're saying 800,000 people are going to...
The national shutdown part.
Yeah. So there is some propaganda behind it for me personally whenever I think of women versus AMAGENTS issues, But people must do what they need to do. They just said that when men speak about men issues, it doesn't get the spotlight. It's just something about it that needs to be addressed. But people must do what they need to do.
A quick shout out to two men's organizations, Titimba Amatimer and Gary the Silver, Fathers for Justice. Yeah, since you were speaking about just men's organizations, those are the two that came top of mind.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to hear my views or if you want to border yours, because I might say things that you wanted to say.
Yeah, then it's fine.
It's fine.
Go for it.
Okay. I made a video the other day around this, and I was explaining to people why I am not a part of this protest, because I had some of I don't know if it's the leaders or just members of Women for Change sending me messages asking for solidarity, asking me to sign, etc. And I made a video on TikTok explaining why I am not joining. But I said, like Debza said, Uguti, if people want to do it, by all means,
go ahead.
You want to highlight murder and those things, it's fine. The problem is I do get a sense that there is funded propaganda for division. And I personally know a lot of female NPOs that get foreign funding from America, from France, from Germany. And you ask yourself, is it because they really care about our women or is it something else? And if you understand history, if you understand propaganda, if you understand how the elite move, this kind of makes sense. Because what we have seen in real time is every time women rise up to complain about GBV, there ends up being squabbles with men online. Some of the squabbles are unnecessary, and wrong. But some of them are very valid. So it's very easy on Google to find the data. How many women get killed every day or every what women are beaten. It's very easy. When you try and search for data for other people, it's very difficult.
It's non-existent.
A similar thing happens with farm murders, where you see so much noise. So I'm gonna read two tweets, that I posted. I don't remember the date, but this tweet says, "What is propaganda?" And I wrote 25,000 people are killed in South Africa every year.
25,000?
Between 25 and 27. 50 to 60 of these are farm murders. njengoba sizumsindo about farm
And
murder.
makuthiwa farm murders is people that died at a farm.
At a farm. It
So
could be
it's-
an owner,
so-
could be a worker.
So when we say farm, and that's where the propaganda comes in, because when the way it's spun is that farm murders is a white person being killed.
who's an owner.
Who's an
Who's an
owner.
owner, yeah,
but-
yeah.
So whenever they talk about farm murders, guys, the 60 that get killed every year, we are not saying white farm. We're just saying anyone at a farm. So could be-
Majority are black.
majority of these deaths are black.
Majority are farm workers. And some of the perpetrators we've seen, like the white farmers who were feeding bodies, I think female bodies to pigs. And there was another white farmer who killed a boy in Emort or whatever the case may be. So of the 25,000,
But there's no real data on the splits. That you see, like that 60 murders on average. There's no real data on black versus white.
Yeah.
There isn't,
The racial,
which is
the
the
racial
problem.
data is
There-
there.
but the numbers are farm murders. Now we think 60 white farmers are killed every year.
Sure.
But no one is breaking down that racial because there is. It's just that it's not shared.
Even if 60 white farm owners were being killed, in the bigger scheme of things, 60 murders. In the
Out of-
Cape Flats now,
out
we
of
heard
27.
people are being gunned down every day.
Yeah.
Anyways, of the 25 to 27,000, about 3,900 are women. That's about 4,000 for ease.
Yeah. So that's about 15%. What? 12.
I don't know what the percentage is. And then I think just over 1,000 are children in Ghana under the age of 18 or 21.
And I don't say who's murdering those children.
And then over 20,000 of those killed are men.
Yebo.
So if ever it was like there's people being killed, men are being killed by far.
Out of what? 21?
25 to 27,000.
So you've got
about
80,
4,000.
so you got
That's like
80, so you
80
got
or something.
85% plus men, and I hear that what they say is, but it's men killing men or it's men killing women. So they're saying at the end of the day, it's the men that's doing the killing.
So you
That's their
shouldn't care.
argument. No, I'm saying that's their
I
argument.
know. I'm saying so. We shouldn't care about men being killed because they've been killed by men, which is the dumbest logic. Because if the data says majority of murders are from blacks,
So blacks are killing
blacks
blacks.
are killing blacks. So when you see a black woman, you must be like, please don't kill us. You blacks are killing us. It's the dumbest psychology, but it works.
I heard on the radio where this one lady who is part of Women for Change was like, what do we need in terms of men supporting us? We need men to talk to the other men who are the perpetrators who do not do that. And I'm like, lady, we are getting killed 85% plus. We can't convince other men. Why do you assume that we can convince
Nathi
men?
siyabasaba.
Nathi siyabasaba criminals. Why would we assume that we can convince the men that are killing 85% of
I think
that they'll stop GBV and killing you guys?
Mlotshwa, you
How
know
would we get that
what,
right?
what you're saying is so right. I always speak about ukuthi amachita asabamanye amachita.
No, these are facts.
And women don't believe us when we say this thing. Ukuthi in fact umchita asabamanye umchita. If someone is bigger than you, doesn't matter you're a man, baba. You are scared of that person. If another guy walks in here with a gun, mfethu.
So what makes it worse
Criminals and
is,
dog people, like, of course, umuntu mayihlanya, senze njani?
what makes it worse is this 3,900 women who are killed.
Yeah.
Over half of them are killed by their intimate lover.
Okay.
What that tells me in my head is that strange men who are killers would rather avoid a woman and kill a man. A woman is in greater danger in her home with her husband, with her boyfriend. So if she says, tell men to stop, figure out why boyfriends and husbands are killing.
Ooh, they don't want that.
Once you can figure that, and we're not saying Uti they're right.
No, we're not.
We're just saying if you guys want this to, I mean, Yabon said about 4,000.
Sure.
If boyfriends, husbands, ex-boyfriends, ex-husbands stop killing women, this number would be halved. That on its own. So we need to figure out what's wrong with our relationship.
So you see what you're saying there.
But people don't want to have that conversation.
Yes, we need to then go into forget men, women. Let's ask. Okay, it's the partner. What is the data telling us about married men or guys that are just dating? What is it about you guys that kills women?
But
that will give us a better answer.
no one wants to ask what Rihanna said or did for Chris Brown to react that way. Everybody just
Yeah, no one wants
zones
to.
in and says,
Hey, no one.
and we're not saying Chris Brown, what he did was right. That's not what I'm
was
saying.
wrong. It was wrong.
It was wrong, and
We're saying it was wrong. You shouldn't have hit Rihanna.
You shouldn't have done that. But we also should study what she did and or said to get that. We live in a society where there's no consequence of action. Dr. Jordan Peterson speaks about how women use their words as a form of violence.
Sure.
You know, and again, when we're like, words will never hurt me, words are very, very painful coming from a specific person. Yeah. So when you think about your partner, your intimate partner, your wife, she knows the words to say to break you. She understands you fully. So again, we live in a society where a chick can literally say, fuck you, and I fucked your brother, and he fucked me better. And she can't go fuck your brother. Let's say your brother didn't know. She can do all these things, saying it with no consequence.
People don't want detail because you fix things
But when I retaliate in Impama,
no, it's done.
And I'm not saying Impama is right. That's not what I'm saying. Because but the reality is we have to have consequence, and we've spoken about this, for immoral acts.
I wonder why women don't want to speak about the detail.
Because they know.
They stop immediately. Hey, we can't have that chat. Why are you even talking about it? Must be a...
I'd like to defend them.
Not have a chat. You can't fix society if you don't want details in Jayam.
I think women, not just women, men as well, I think they're just reading a script.
Okay.
I nearly said this guy's name because he was.
I think they're just reading a script. So
he was getting
the reason they say, how dare you ask why she was raped, what she was wearing?
She heard that.
You're a rape apologist.
No,
she heard that somewhere.
Yeah,
so it becomes a script.
Yeah, that's
I think most of them are not thinking.
It's men killing us. That thing is a script.
You men are killing us. You're so violent. I don't feel safe here. Your words, and you're like,
because
I'm listening to someone just regurgitating.
I was actually saying this to one of the colleagues that I have, because I was like, if your child comes crying and says, "Maybe your number 2 hit them," or you'd ask why.
Sure.
Like, you should ask why. A lot of people don't ask.
So, and then she says, but Penson, women are not children. I was like, if I came through and I told you that I punched someone outside, you're going to be like, geez, why?
Why did you punch him?
And I'm not a child, but you'd want to get the context of why you would use physical violence. You wouldn't just be like, oh, you punched someone. Oh, you need to go to prison. You're trying to understand what's happening. Same thing with my kids. When one is crying, saying, I want to understand the context. It's not what I'm belittling you comparing to kids. I want to understand, what did Rihanna do to get Chris Brown to react that way? The dog bit me. How? Oh, I jumped over the fence according to the yard. Oh, it was doing what it was meant to do. It was meant to defend the yard. So if you do that again, it will bite you.
Just to be Nibizan, Yislung, devil's advocate or Nibizan. Are people inflicting violence on weaker people?
Yes.
General.
Physical violence?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's not devil's advocate, by the way.
So
no, I get it. Part of what... Yeah, I think you're right.
I want to read these. Let me finish these tweets. Maybe they'll answer.
Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Let me finish. So, anyways, just on that, Chris Brown was wrong.
He was very wrong.
For the record, for people that don't know, Rihanna hit Chris Brown before and was giving him issues while he was driving.
Yeah,
so no, Rihanna was wrong to hit Chris Brown.
And on top of that,
no one wants to talk about that.
Their lives
in danger. Sure.
Because I'd take him by my any day versus I'm going at 120 on the highway and someone does steering. That's my life.
Anyways, so I give this data and I say, yet farm and women victims are all we hear about. SAPS doesn't share perpetrator. This is what you're asking, who's killing, or racial data. The question is why. That tweet got 140,000 views.
Nice.
Then I posted one just before I came here today. It's on over 1,000 views. This one says, South African data. Mothers or mom are responsible for 71% of the murders of children under 5. Mothers. This is women. 71% of children under 5 who are killed. I gave you the number of 1,000. It's women. It's their mothers.
Over 71%.
71%.
Of that?
Of children under the age of 5 who are killed. Are killed by their mothers.
Damn it. Sure.
I don't know how many are killed by women versus men, as an example, because some of the women are stepmothers, whatever. Mothers are responsible for 30%.
And that's not abortions.
This is not abortion.
Okay.
This is not abortion.
Because I know people who are going to...
No, this is abortion gets 100%. 100% of all abortions is women. So that one is... this is children who are alive. Sure. Whatever. Mothers are responsible for 30% of children murdered between the ages of 5 and 17. 30%. These are mothers, not women.
Not women, mothers.
Umama uzala ingane.
So nje ukuthi 30% ningathi woman is 30%.
There's more.
Mothers.
It's more. There's more women.
Women could be 50, must add women, but njengamanje sikhuluma ngomama.
Fathers, age 0 to 18 or 17.
Yeah.
Fathers are responsible for killing 6% of those children.
And you're going from 0 to 18.
Yeah.
Not even 0 to 5.
No. 6% of children that are killed by their fathers.
Yes,
Under
yes.
5, 71%. 5 to 7, it's 30%.
5 to 18, sorry.
It's 5 to 17 is how they report it.
17.
But just to add on, as I close off to what Utebs was saying, apparently SAPS claims that it's sensitive information and they're worried about it. Doesn't make sense why they don't want to share.
They might as well not share anything then.
So they share gender in terms of victim.
Sure.
And then they might share age. They don't share. Well, they also share, I think, geography. I think geography they share. This town, this township, whatever. They don't share racial breakdowns of the perpetrators. They don't share racial breakdowns of the victims.
What's so sensitive?
And they don't
about
share gender breakdowns of both as well. So we'll say women are being killed, as an example. Two men are killing us. We don't have that data to say, except for that over 50% is from the intimate partners. That's all we get. Now, when I said intimate partners, in most people's heads, it's black men. We're not thinking Indian men. We're not thinking white men. So
definitely some
ISAPS
sort of
is
propaganda.
also part of the propaganda. We want to see all the data, not because we want to argue against women for change. It's if we're serious about lowering murders, we need to figure out, guys, Yabon Joba City, most of these murders, they're happening in the Western Cape, in the Cape Flats. No, not in Bishop's Court. They're happening in Nyanga, Philippi. They're happening there. They're happening in Wamash, Mlaz, Mtanzan. The other thing that I'd like to see is socioeconomic status, income level.
Yes.
These people that are killing, these people that are being killed, how much are they earning? Are they educated?
Level
Because
of
then you'll start
education,
seeing, no man, a woman will, once you see this data, a woman will say, if I get a qualification, I have a lower chance of being killed.
Yes.
If I'm dating a guy who has a qualification,
I've got a
I have a
lower
lower chance of
chance,
being murdered. As an example,
Yeah,
we're not
it's an
saying
example,
that's the
yeah,
case. If I live in Cape Town, in the suburbs, if I live in Sandton, if I'm over the age of 30, I have a lower chance. If I'm, because there's a lot of people within a certain age range.
If I lower ukufeba.
As an example, so people
Kube
getting
khona
killed.
wise understand ukuthi kulo what's it 3.9 thousand abayingaka according to the perpetrator umbulale
It was
ngokufeba.
infidelity.
And how many of them were killed because there was alcohol in there?
Yabona.
And there was alcohol involved.
Those
And
things.
drugs.
'Cause
Mama
now-
weekend.
Now imagine.
And weekend.
Now imagine you seeing this thing. 3.9 thousand were killed, and 3,000 was because of ukufeba. So now we've got a why to study.
Sure.
We've got a why to
Now
study.
you can tell your daughter ungafebi, yabona?
Well, and tell the boy,
Ukuthi
women
this-
will cheat.
Cheat. This is how you go about
Don't
it.
ever
Yeah.
hurt them.
Yeah, I don't think those stats are there to solve anything.
No.
It's propaganda.
Yeah.
Last thing before Penson speaks, I've got friends who are doctors. Jobuti weekend, they'll tell you Sunday mornings. Sunday mornings, a casualty is where there's the stab wounds and the what. People were drunk. Atebelwa, usisi was going to jive with omunye umfana, a boyfriend yafika, babaza ngesibhakela. So Sunday mornings eyibhedlela. So that also tells you ukuthi if crime festive season,
The West.
festive season, so you know what yabona nje the concentration of the murders. How many of them are during festive season? How many are during winter? Makubanda. Makubanda. Ntwana isikhathi sokuthi ngiyoshaya umuntu imbulale. Hayi baba ngiyakotola.
Ngiyakotola ngendlini.
Ngidakwimbawula ntwana
La
ngidaka.
crime generally ama-backlers nje endlini ayakhuphuka ngimama ukushisa.
Yo, akithi asikho endlini futhi. So groove. Phela winter sendlini sonke. Sendlini nawe yagodola yanyonyoba ngewinter frostbite.
Oh, I didn't give my closing view. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I have an issue with all murders. And I think we need to find solutions.
All
to
lives matter.
All lives matter. I think we need to find solutions to all types of murders, giving people the tools to resolve conflict in better ways.
Yeah.
Dealing with gun laws and making sure that bad people don't have guns. And so I'm not going to prioritize women being killed, because when you look at the data, women are actually more sheltered, if we're being honest. When you look at just the numbers, if anything, there should be a conversation around the intimate partners. Let's look at all murders. Let's look at all races. Let's look at all professions and not just people on a farm. And let's find solutions. So if I were to join with the purple what, I think I'd be doing a disservice to other people that were killed, including children. Women, we are being killed. Tina, we could be like, you guys are killing children. So clearly, when we look at the data, women should not be trusted with kids. They are murdering kids like crazy. But we don't do that because we're rational thinkers and we're not into the propaganda.
I want to go back to what you were saying, Debs, because when you were saying, is it people do people attack people who are weaker? I used to believe that. We were sitting in a taxi with some clients, and I was saying to this one guy, Mlotshwa, and I said, bro, if I saw your mom right now, like legit, saw your mom, what would happen? I'd jump over this thing until now. And I'm like, and if she said the exact same, if she said something even worse about your mom, what would you do? Hey, bro, I just have to sit and take it.
It's a woman.
It's a woman. So now you look at who's weaker in that space.
It's the woman.
She's weaker.
We'd like to assume.
So that's why he wouldn't jump over.
That's what that guy was saying.
No, he wasn't saying she's weaker. He was saying society protects her. There's that purple wall.
He was scared of society.
He's scared of society.
Is that what he said?
Yes. So he's saying he said the reason why he doesn't hit because he was raised to not hit women.
Oh, not with he's scared.
No, so
those are two different things.
Okay,
he's not scared of the backlash. He was raised
to not hit women.
Which is most men.
Perfect. Yes. I don't know about most. I just know a lot of men. Okay. I'm saying, Guti, we've seen so many situations where because there's a power imbalance. Because in especially in the middle class and above, where she feels more powerful from I can violate him. And I know because of how he's raised and what society is saying, it's almost like he's got handcuffs, bro. So I can say one thing to Brock Lesnar. I can say, Brock Lesnar, your mother's whoa. And then a tough MMA chick, Ronda, can say the same thing and worse, but Brock Lesnar is not going to do anything. And you're like, what's that about?
I wanted to say, Sposiso Lawrence, men do hold back a lot. I think it's one of the reasons women get killed.
Yeah.
Because how much they build up. Because they can't retaliate. And then when they explode, like Sposiso Lawrence, and they tell the whole story. It's like, she was doing me wrong for so long, and I held back for so long until I couldn't anymore.
I was called in a situation, and I drove, and the lady's telling me, Ungshayel. Okay, I'm coming through. I want to see what's happening. You know, and I remember I parked. I was like, hey, chill. Get him what's happening. Yeah, but he looks fine, looks okay. He's bleeding, his t-shirt, there's plates broken on the ground and what. And I'm like, and your Maslow sister's got a temper. And I'm like, now the story that she's going to go and say, him back. But me, now, without even trying to do anything, and obviously I had the conversation with them when they were calm and whatever. I went, see a WhatsApp, guy deletes a WhatsApp, argument, verbal. Sissy then starts becoming violent. Sissy becomes violent because of funny phone in gun. Let's see phone. She becomes violent. Eventually gets to a point where all of a sudden, oh my God, look at how big he is, look at how small I am. I think that's the one they love.
Have you seen that Clever and Hard clip?
Which one?
Where he's like, he was fighting with this woman. This was back in the day before he became a big deal. I was fighting with my woman, then I beat up, and then the cops arrived. And then I'm like, yeah, you can arrest me because I beat her up. And the cops looked at him and they were like, would you like to put charges? Like, no. She's the victim. And they're like, excuse Baba.
Because I looked at this guy, bro. He was finished, bro. He was bleeding everywhere. And here's the thing. Women love acting like, but Penson, look at you, look at me. They like acting so soft and weak. But why were you not soft and weak when you're swearing me about my mom? Where was the soft and weak there? Because if I'm standing in front of Brock Lesnar, I'm not going to be swearing his mom because I'm fully aware of the dynamics. But if I'm standing in front of Brock Lesnar and there's this purple wall and I know he can't go through, obviously I'll be saying whatever I want to tell him, you know? And that's the problem. So I'm looking at the power dynamic. Who is really weak here?
I've got a different perspective. Yeah. This is a good perspective.
Sure.
I've got a different perspective, and this is why I was agreeing. When you look at...
dehydrated. I need that.
You need?
Dana one fast.
When you look at the xenophobic attacks, when you look at, let's call it male violence against women, right? Yeah. When you look at even Amachita Mayelo, the people that seem to become victims, that where the stats are collected, seem to be weaker people.
Yeah.
Because stronger people, when they hit weaker, they tend to go for weaker when they're angry. Umchita is frustrated, Ubas, Espani, manje amsaba umlungu unfortunately mayifika endlini umama umphakela ikhabishi uyanyanya amshaye ngempama. Similarly, when you look at the data, umtshithu uzofika shaya umama akakwazi ukushaya ubaba, so then she takes it out on the child. And then the stats show us that. Species xosha amaZimbabwean, xosha ama-Mozambican, what. Kodwa mhlawumbe amajita ase-Ukraine ayasihlula. Sababelungu banemali, baneyibhamu. If that's the angle you are coming from, I think when we look at the data of victims, which is also why
the socio-economic thing will also come into play.
Women will speak about every woman has been a victim of. Amachita probably same, but we don't open cases.
Men don't open cases.
You'll find Amachita, no. And then, each area will be like, no, sure. I've been slapped before. So I'm just saying, when you look at the stats, I think the stats, if ever we were to take them, I'm assuming, you'd look at the victim, then you'd look at the perp, and you'd see, oh, this one was stronger than that one. Wonke la machita bulaliwe versus lawa ababulala. If it wasn't physical, ebenespamu, ebenomese, lona ebelwa ngenqindi. So it's like, okay, this one was stronger.
There's always a power.
Sorry.
No.
I mean, I fully agree. And I think that the stats will break it down. Because hence why when I said what I said, I wanted to speak about the middle class and above.
Sure.
Because I think there's a certain way of thinking that we've been indoctrinated in that middle class and above. Whereas the guy who could in a squatter camp might not have the same type of thinking. You know, there's a traditionalist mindset if you grew up in a rural area on how you view women, treat women, speak to women. That is not there in the suburbs or in Penson type of thinking.
Protein. Shy protein. I need to shy with sim. Shy protein.
Lift.
Anabolic. Mass builder.
Monohydrate.
It's so interesting and it goes back to the importance of unpacking those stats. Because we might start seeing changes at a certain point. The power dynamics become skewed at a certain point. Whereas the lady who grows up in a rural area, she might not say, what are you going to do, big guy? You're going to hit me? You're going to hit me, huh? Show me. Small dick. You're going to hit me? Whereas now the suburban, urban lady, that's the reason why she might collect a slap. Whereas what Tunu was saying, this guy might be a plaza, he's angry, he's frustrated, he's not making enough money, and then he wants to take it out on her. The dynamics is what we need to study.
What you're saying is that part of what needs to be unpacked, like we're speaking about weekends, alcohol, drugs, is also maybe culture. Because we do have some cultural areas where hitting a woman, it's not condoned, but it's like, hey, now boyenza. Next time,
don't report, by the way.
Yes, they don't report.
In those areas.
I want to say this, and I apologize because I know I've got friends in the community.
Sure.
I hear a lot of stories about Muslim women who are abused, and they don't open cases.
And Afrikaans women.
They don't open cases.
Lots of cases, especially in conservative homes. You know, where
it's frowned upon.
Dad is still dad, mom is still mom. There's gender roles in those homes, and a lot of Islamic homes are very conservative. A lot of Afrikaans spaces are conservative. That's why we hear the Zulu guys, because a lot of them are raised in that traditionalist conservative, and a lot of in those cases, and they never open cases. I'm not saying it's good, it's right. That's not what we're saying.
Hey, having chats like this is boring. This thing is tiring, eh?
But you must double down. That's the one thing I've learned. You must double down, Fish. You can add the disclaimer, but double down. If you're scared of being cancelled, don't have the conversation. No, I'm not talking you. Don't have the conversation at all if you're scared. Tina,
did you see the leaked WhatsApp conversation? I leaked the much that the prostitute, none.
That's it.
I don't know if a friend of ours who was also here, I'm not going to say because I don't know if that's appropriate. He says, now I digress. So he's like, no, he says, Ntwana, how do you feel about if your WhatsApp conversations were leaked? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, no, like, if it was leaked and everything on your WhatsApp was, are you not following what's happening with these guys that are having a WhatsApp conversation and they got hacked or whatever and it's now leaked? He sends me the stuff. manje are talking about ama-prostitutes ukuthi bazoyithenga benza ama-orgy yabona amajita ayakhuluma ukuthi avele ley'ngane zinjena omunye akhuluma bra, good thing no one knows ukuthi singobani. Eventually it gets leaked. Twitter does its things. It finds out who these people are. They post their pictures. They look like LinkedIn profiles, bro. But like some tie, but clean, you know. And then you're like, I mean, I don't know if I'm not scared if my WhatsApp got hacked. Like, I think there might be one person in this world, but I don't think there's anyone else in my life who would look at me any more or any less. No,
my message. Yes, I think what took South Africa when he said that. Delete message, but I was saying,
but you so much so I think it's lying, man. Because I was saying, I was saying, like, these guys are talking about this.
So, but I want to get some detail in fact. Because people laugh. No.
Going back to what Ulunga was saying, if whoever is scared of canceling, because it hit me, man. It really hit me because I was like, so these are the deleted ones, and you can just type.
Sure.
So it really hit me when I was thinking, there's a movement that I've picked up with certain people that I look up to, I've been looking up to, in how they move in certain ways, and obviously I disagree with how they move in certain ways. So for example, I look at yourself, I look at Unota, I look at Trump, I look at Elon, people who are slowly becoming uncancelable, you know.
Anti-fragile.
You can have the president. Kanye West. You can have the president of America saying, I'd love to grab her by the pussy. Any other president, anywhere, their stocks would crash and burn.
Kanye West on Twitter, all white people are racist.
Kanye West washaya ingoma ya Hitler, boy. Washaya ingoma ya Hitler.
Kanye, all white people are racist.
George Bush hates black people.
Yeah. I've got a principle.
If just have this, just pass it to this.
Don't pass me.
Oh.
I've got an issue with Haslente posting when young nyanyesa, man. Like, what satisfaction do you get as umuntu? You post these guys, you post the way they work, you post their images. It's like
but
I'm trying to figure out what
you feel what they did or doing is immoral.
It is. And I'm trying to figure out what do you gain from it?
Yes, you gain the satisfaction of now they're getting punished. Yes. It's almost like karma. That's how you feel. So someone, let's say, is racist at a pick and pay, and you witness that. And then as they walk, they slip and they fall on their face. Boom. There's a little bit of joy where you're like, yeah.
People are evil then, man.
No, but you get that. You get that. Someone cuts you off. No,
why is it poster?
Someone cuts you off. Someone cuts you off.
Sure.
Someone cuts you off at robots in hard and love you with your wife and your child. They cut you off in a very illegal, horrible way. Mr. Shy robots will move. Figure JPD. Whoop whoop.
No,
that's not evil.
Yes,
you feel like there's a sense of karma.
Mara here, board. With that one, it's extreme. You are right. Not it's extreme, but it's immediate. It's to me.
Whoever read this leaked WhatsApp was like, what these guys are doing to women or to whatever is immoral. They need to get punished.
Okay,
and exposed because they need to get punished so that they stop and they get punished for their.
But they're speaking about prostitutes. They're not speaking about I'm going to rape someone. They're speaking about
immoral. Not they're illegal. They're immoral.
Them speaking about prostitutes.
There's many South Africans that think prostitution is immoral.
What do you mean? Those many South Africans are the very same people who get in you from their friends who are prostituting themselves. So I'm about to serious.
Okay, what's wrong, Debs?
I mean, I think we've got a posting culture without thinking about it.
Maybe they do it for laughs.
Yes,
and then it ends up hurting people.
Yes, lives. I don't think what they're doing it's for what you're speaking about karma. I don't think it's that. It's a thing of culture and you poster without thinking about it.
Because those people that were having sex, I think the person who took the video thought it was funny.
Yes.
And shared it, and then it got posted, and people were like, you, Bugani.
Why?
No, for vibes and for laughs.
Dude,
No, it's not fair for you to say that. So,
why is that? How ironic is that? On social media.
Can I get personal?
Hey, not too personal.
Just Surface level.
Surface. I surface level when I play Mlotshwa.
Surface level.
You work in the media industry in TV production.
Sure.
You guys make money off essentially parading people's struggles.
It's people calling in.
Aye.
What do you mean?
That's what he said. You didn't hear what he said.
I'm not a juju.
No, you didn't hear what he said.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So whether it's
What about
people
diversity?
cheating, whether it's people breaking up, whatever, in reality TV, and people have said, especially Omocha Love and the like, they seem to destroy the fabric of black society.
I've got a counter for that. But
No, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a rationale for why you document and put on TV. Yeah. You're not running an NPO.
No.
Saying, no, let's find these people cheating. Let's mediate. Let's resolve. This doesn't need to be on TV. These are people's lives.
Yeah.
This stuff will live online or wherever forever. So I think it's like, why am I posting on TV?
Sure.
Why am I filming people's struggles and crying?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I cannot speak for certain types of shows. We need to differentiate each other. So there are certain shows that you are speaking about, Vele, they do exactly that. I want banele busuku kwigate angazi bajampa amabona menza banithola lapha niyadabazana. That I agree with what you're saying. True. And I'm part of that industry.
You draw the line there.
You draw the line there.
I draw the line there.
You wouldn't do that.
But you don't draw the line in Abantu Bashana Ngithi.
Wait.
You don't draw the line in Abantu Bashana Ngithi.
Wait. You draw the line there.
Yes, I do.
Do you?
I do. Yeah, I do.
For a good amount?
Yeah, for the time.
Would you take over your Jola 99 production for a healthy sum?
How much?
5 to 10 years of what you're currently making.
No. Huh? No, man, not now. You know, if you said this to me,
whatever you make per year times 10.
If you said this to me,
you're just taking over production.
No, wait. If you said
people are calling in, as you said.
If you said this to me 3-4 years ago, it was a yes. It was no
so
conversation.
Your morality has changed. That's why you're judging now.
No. The posting thing, I've been very consistent. Where you are right is the TV side of things. You're correct.
You're just a platform.
It has been
so
changing.
You got a problem with Twitter, but you got no problem with TV.
For the types of shows.
No,
we all make different types of shows.
Posting.
Let me tell you the difference with the shows that we do and the shows that you are comparing.
You don't have to speak about your shows. I'll speak about the industry.
General. There are certain shows that
are not defensive about this.
No, I'm not. There are certain shows that the reason why TV is at the point. The reason why TV is at the point where TV is at is because there's an issue with the black family. What you guys need to be asking yourself, forget Chola 99. Don't go to extreme where they just invade people. The ones where they're so, this is like a simple X-repo.
With your Chola 99, do you have to sign off something? Waiver for your
No,
image.
most of Mlotshwa Labs are very confrontational. Bangin, there isn't.
Yes, but I'm saying that you're still going to air this on TV.
You have to sign, but unfortunately,
so,
if Bayangena, then you won't sign.
I hear you.
Sure.
You're in record, it's not live. Yeah? So you're record, it's editing, but I haven't signed off a waiver. Then you air it.
Yeah.
Can I take you to court?
You can.
Okay.
No, that one you can.
So
you
chances
probably win the case.
Chances are people had to sign off waivers.
Yeah, if they didn't take them. No, people didn't sign.
Let me tell you this. Sorry,
people didn't sign them.
Most South Africans, most black people
don't know that.
Are incredibly legally illiterate. Mm-hmm. That's why it becomes shocking when Ubonang sues someone for 500,000. When euphonic sues when Sigima's why. I see if people actually knew their rights, if we could afford proper legal assistance or legal aid,
all your interested would be panicking.
People would be getting sued every single day. People would stop these things they do online that would have to speak about. Because those two, whether it's a couple or whatever, they could legit sue that guy.
100%.
Copy Act and many other things, defamation, and he can counter sue and say, but you guys were in a public space. So then it would be.
Because even these guys can sue because like you put our face, you've attached it to this, but you don't have any proof that we are the ones.
So I'm just saying people are legally literate. So most people, especially the people on reality TV, know nothing about anything. This is also how people get exploited because they don't know the value of something. So never mind you used my face.
Yeah.
I was meant to get paid because you guys are getting paid. So I gave you your best episode ever. If you give it to 20 scored. If people knew their value.
I would tell you. I think 80% of reality TV is healthy.
You were speaking about X-Repo. You were saying you mustn't go extreme. Examples like X-Repo.
We need to unpack what is it about South Africa that makes a person that has already a court order, a court judgment, They've got papers to say, in fact, those belongings, they are mine and I must go get them. The police, they buy but in fact, you guys can solve this thing. There wouldn't be an ex-repo if society was functional.
Yes.
There wouldn't be an ex-repo.
Yes.
So TV has become the solve for most issues. There are family issues, there are police issues, there are health issues. So TV is playing a major role in society right now.
Why do you not see the same for social media?
I guess, man.
How do these guys get held to account? How do other people? How many crimes have been solved by people? Tabo Pesta.
No, for sure. Just when
you posted on Tabo Pesta, you're like, okay, but how many things have been solved?
Pesta fade. I'm being selective. It's a fact. I'm not gonna say I'm straight. I'm being very selective. I just want to go to your morals and faith. How do you feel if I want to buy paper in a church? Sharp, it's immoral. I'm not denying it. But why would you share that?
With your friends.
What satisfaction?
No, you're sharing it with your friends, and then one of your friends posts online because they think it's fun.
I don't know.
So this is why, if we were more legally literate, if those guys could sue, and the person ends up in jail, it hopefully becomes a teachable moment. South Africans don't even know that you can record the police. As long as you don't obstruct, you can film them. I'm going to film you. Any cop that says I'm confiscating is breaking the law. So you can do that. Number two, these cops that stop you on the side of the road, but also check my ticket, they can't impound you there. They can't force you to pay your ticket. People just don't know the law. And the things we should be speaking about, which is where I love reality TV. Mawubuka skip ama files and those shows. You learn so many things. Who would say, whatever. Those shows where you're like, no, figure out your professionalism, when the law does this, and you're like, no, mosingafunda.
And for me, it says, why can't the family fix it? Let's say like Utando Nkolo, as a simple example. Why isn't the family fixing the issues between these two people?
They don't have the resource.
They don't have the capacity. Not resource.
Well, whatever resource is, whatever that show.
Capacity.
So we can use whatever word. But
that's where now TV comes in.
So, Mana, just going back, when you guys were talking about Amapoyisa and you can't record Amapoyisa, guys, just a tip. Amapoyisa like South Africa, not like Amapoyisa as Finland.
Was America worse? If you're about to say our fun was America, was America worse?
Guys, Amapoyisa had me ebusuku when ufuna uba hero.
Don't be a hero.
I know my rights, I'm going to record you. I know my rights. Ngicela nje nihloniphe because constable uzoyithatha le phone inqamule ekuthele ngepaper spray ekushaya ngeparabellum unye. And awazi ukuthi number plate yemoto yakhe kuphi enshinje lapho ethatha ukhiye wemoto yakhe ujikile ehlathini meso senkingeni. Nihloniphe. Uzama ukubamba number plate ngeengeli mayichwenza uphoyisa, uzama ukubamba isibongo. And then because imoto nemoto in a tracker, bayazi kuphi ngesiphi isikhathi
who's driving it,
driver, and then you can open a case ngakusasa. But isikhathi esiningi masibaphaphela amakhadi. Mina ngaliphaphela ikhadi ngelinye ilanga ngemistake. Hey boy.
Atingaphaphela ngemistake.
Ukuthi ngazange ngiphaphela, nangizidefend kahle. Umjilo ngisha ngeshavu. Mina ngisha ngeshavu yabona, which is apparently avunyelanga ukushango sweep khadi. That is against the law.
Assaulting an officer!
Pepper spray nje kamnandi. Athi pepper spray. What's your 2 feet? What's your goose?
I want to say this. I don't.
Lasted a good 5-10 seconds. To me, it felt like a year. To me, it felt like I want to 2050. But it's got a good. Nalo we pants na ula ngaphansi uyarola na uyasuka la. Ngitshela ngizofika ngayo lo.
I want to say this. I'm adding on to what you're saying, but I want to disagree with a small part of it. So don't be a hero.
Don't be a hero.
Amapoyisa also deal with a lot of different scenarios. So bayakwazi ukugebenga a situation. I know cops who have told me situations where they've had to shoot people, and then they've come up with a story afterwards of ukuthi umjide bephethe umese or bengithi unesibhamu so bengi protect. So amaphoyisa abazi ubugebengu.
And each other's witness.
They each other's witnesses as well. Bazosho no vele uyangishaya ngempama. It take the number plate what it's very difficult without evidence. What I will say is when you are recording them, try to be discreet. But please try to record. Don't
yes.
phone.
Audio, man.
Audio,
video.
video. If you, but just be respectful.
Be respectful.
And be discreet.
And even yeah, come putting a record phone. Yeah, if you in that space, you know, be discreet with feet, you know. But amachata manje, especially like let's assume that this guy's been working, he's been going into rough neighborhoods, his adrenaline is up. And next thing he's driving from gunshots wherever he was, and then he sees you serving because of tagatagi. Miss. Now you're like, no more rats. Lapho uphuma kuphi? Yabona to dodge inhlamvu uzokhipha yonke le anger and tension when
we learned something with Usizwe. You know, not where we come from. Where we do in the south, the stadium. Soccer seat. AM. Me and Dube spedi gear move. About 2 a.m. So we're following the gear truck, the quantum. Tina se move once vana. This AM, up 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Ritswa soccer seat. Rava. There by the Lama Bridge in the south. Crown interchange.
Okay.
Before you go to the Ama Bridge, like intersection pala paya. Ba misa amagata zogala ba misa le karale.
The one in front.
The gear, ne? By misa. Mina no do I need to starve. I think we went in front of the Ikaria Mahata. Ba puma fast. But hey, so like no,
that makes sense.
And then they said, Buffett, you must never, ever do this thing again, especially at night. Because when Tina must miss Alaba, we are thinking you guys are gonna retaliate and come for us.
You couldn't get
they're like Buffett, yes, they're like Buffett, you must never ever do that. So non Buffett man shai convoy. If the cops stop the car in front, you stand at the back. If you go in front, I didn't know that, and the guys were angry.
Let me send a message because I get a lot of love from Mama Boys in the streets across the country. All of the stop and go.
This guy went to 2012 1108. What? Mlotshwa! Oh, Black Pen! Oh, God!
Except manje ungibizane kwi-podcast interview. Ngithe waza sambe manje. Asabe sirecorda manje.
2012 ubhaniwe kodwa this yes.
Feds, we've got a lot of supporters that are cops. All of them apparently are innocent. They're all the good cops.
They're all the good cops.
All good cops. Ngifuna ukuthi to abafowethu because a lot of them are guys we went to school with, Amachite Swazi or some of our family members. Ngikhumbula ukuthi nathi siyabantu, you know, and nzame, especially because you guys have got experience, nzame ukufunda umuntu, because unfortunately cops get killed in this country. And they get killed because some of them, because you hear the stories afterwards, khona amaphoyisa phapayo, and it's like khona basuke bebacuphile ukuthi yabo le phoyisa one day. Don't be that guy. The same way sitshela normal civilians who don't be a hero, namaphoyisa don't be a hero. Nhlonipha abantu fethu nathi masizehlisa sibingelela, give us that. Manje masothi siyahlonipha mase wena usigibela ngaphezulu, abanye abantu basuke becuphile vele bathi
nami iphutha lami lenzeka kanjalo ngoba ngibamba la ubhuti.
Manje umbambelana.
Hawu manje uyangibamba ingalo ngavele ngathi phansi. Mase bona baba violent. Kahle nina la nikhona.
Espresso lesikhawathini.
Nina la nikhona. No. Angifuni ukuthi ngivule icala. Ngifuna ukuthi sihlangabezane nibeke ibadge eceleni. Just payback.
You're being a hero. We're literally saying don't be a hero.
No, angifuni
We're trying to be a hero. Now uthi bafowethu uzani shy pride.
Beki ego njaya.
Obazolithi nyama.
Yeah, it is
Shy pride. Shy
podcast.
Nithi nyama.
Sikhulume mkhwanazi.
Kodwa ngicuphile.
I love cops, man.
No, I respect.
It's a scary job. It's an incredibly scary job.
I really don't think we understand what cops go through, you know, on the daily, on the weekly, because we'll say, oh, bheke lo nobhizi uyasimisa la nokuba uyogada igebengu zangempela. Ngathothi he comes from there, and now he's here.
Last time I deal nabantu abafana now, only to find out igebengu zangempela.
So it can't be that it's a very, very hard job.
I need to tell women on this Women for Change. I don't know if you're done.
No, yeah, go for it.
I've had to explain to many different women because they referenced the Amanda DuPont case where Amanda DuPont says she went to the police, wanted to open a case against Chub, and I think it was a female, if I'm not mistaken. The police officer said, "Don't worry, I hear you. Go home, come back tomorrow. And then if you come back tomorrow, we'll open the case."
Yeah.
And then people are like, "There's no justice.
They wait for that lady.
Stupid. And I've had to explain to so many
those
women.
People are stupid.
Because they say there's no justice. And I tell them, guys, deal with so many people every day.
Opening cases.
And Uvuli case is such a administratively
it's a tedious
exercise.
Oh gosh.
And what happens that they've seen in their experience, not yours,
most of the time,
is that people come back the next day.
Yeah.
They've dropped the charges. So they've learned to say, right now, in my experience, I can see my emotions are high.
Yeah.
And what we've seen in the past is when the emotions are high, the statement you're giving us is, so we're saying a good cop. Bhala phansi statement, man. Sinasi la, ngithi usibhala nami. Na iphepha bhala phansi nginakho konke. But I'm not going to open a case. But I've noted everything, the time, what, but angithi mina now sazwana. Bhala phansi, mama. But ngicela ubuye kusasa and then sovula kahle case. Kodwa uzobe usubhalile ngoba uzobuya kusasa izinto uzobe usuyikhohliwe. Bhala phansi. But the reason they don't immediately lodge a case and immediately arrest is because of exactly women that close and then they come.
Yes.
But leave my man alone. These police are beating us. And you're like, can't you speak so bad?
Going back to the stats chat, the number of cases that are opened by women and then closed by women. If we could find that out as well.
Usis law accused Unota left the case. She said she'll revisit later. Busy.
Usis
law accused Lady Zama accused Java.
Yeah.
Now at some point.
Yeah.
And it's sad. And look, we're not saying the guys are innocent.
No, we're not. No,
it's just for people to understand that imagine you're a police officer and you're dealing with those type of cases on a daily basis. And then the next person comes and you must immediately arrest. Utagiwe, Mlotshwa uyashayana, bam. That's kubulala we. Mlotshwa sues you. You lose your job ngoba wena uthanda impama. The woman, it comes out, she was angry because Mlotshwa was cheating. And you're like, so the next time a woman comes, you're like, no, I'm not. Oh, you're not helping. You're just another man. And you're like, okay. I want to
hear what you guys think is the solution. If now we're being very specific about the women who are being abused, what do you guys think?
Oh, can I give my 2 cents with
before you come to this
with the women of change?
Oh yeah, you didn't give opinion.
Yeah, women for change.
Women for change. Apologies.
Yeah.
Women of change.
Oh.
My trans change.
I'm a trans woman. I'm a woman of change.
Women
for change.
Yeah, women for change. I remember they did a similar movement when Chris Brown was coming. When they were making a big they made a big hoo-ha and and then we found out that the majority of the ticket sales were women.
Yeah.
Give me the success or the fail of any campaign, of anything that you're doing is based on the objectives or the KPIs set before you run it.
Sure.
Nah? So whenever we have these protests, whenever we have these campaigns, whenever these things, I'm like, what is it that you guys are trying to get out of this? So we can measure if this is a success or not.
Sure.
If you're saying with the levels of GBV, and we should fucking stop calling it GBV because it's literally just a woman getting hit, not even getting abused, getting hit
and killed.
And then slash femicide makes sense because it's women who are getting killed. Femicide.
Yeah, sure.
No.
What's femicide then?
I hate the femicide term. Violence against women.
Violence against women. Yeah, sure. We must change it. We must stop calling it GBV.
And femicide.
Yeah. We're just violence against women, any form of violence.
Femicide, like genocide, is when it's a targeted. Women are being targeted by men.
Fuck that. But it's also, it shouldn't be violence against women, because they're just talking about physical violence. That's what they're talking about.
Okay, physical violence against women, including hitting, hitting, sexual assault, and murder.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
But can I add because I did listen to the interview. She did say, Women for Change, they wanted to be national nationality. No, it must be called a national disaster crisis, like the COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
That's what state of disaster. You're speaking about the KPIs. That's what I'm saying.
So what does that look like? Do we all stay at home?
No, they said that women must not go to work. Those who are forced to go to work, they must just take 15 minutes of not doing anything. at a
Night
specific,
down flat.
at a
It's 12.
specific time.
Lie down
Lie
at
down
12.
flat, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just giving
Those
you
who are
the
forced.
objectives.
So
Women, members of the LGBTQI plus community, that's who they're targeting.
Sure.
And
Yes.
then men are allowed to join as allies.
Okay, so their objective.
Yeah,
so
when
the
you go
goal
on, yeah.
is for women to not go into work on Friday the 21st.
Sharp.
That's their goal.
Yeah.
Should women not go to work on the 21st?
Yeah.
Ne? They'll obviously have a knock-on effect on the economy.
100%.
Right? Sure. And then we feel the pinch. Then what? Does that now mean ukuthi GBV nale femicide enilwelayo? Is that now going to because my assumption is that if I'm fighting for a protest, I work on my textbook. My assumption is that ngifuna my textbook again.
Yeah, so I get as you're speaking, I'm remembering what this lady was saying. That after the national disaster it's being said, they're gonna
state of emergency.
national state of emergency. So
I think-
once that happens, they're gonna get more funding, just like COVID from government. And
Yeah.
what that is gonna capacitate them doing research, speaking to men, having more police, what. So she did
bona
unpack.
bafuna more money.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you what was said. I get you.
When people protest in this country, essentially, they want to be so disruptive
Yes.
that government, who normally have stuff to do, are forced to pay attention. And then when you pay attention, they give you a mandate. And then in the mandate, they'll say things like more funding, better
Yes.
courts, better
Yes,
policing,
Perfect.
more
So
focus.
they say
on-
the funding
that's
will help
what
with
they're
that.
doing.
Perfect. Yeah. But for me, sure. I mean, I've always had a problem with people that protest. Let's talk some of these service delivery protests.
Yes.
And then they burn a school.
Aye.
Or they burn a clinic because they're trying to disrupt society in such a way that they get hurt. Yeah, we don't have enough things at our clinic, so let's burn the clinic that we have with not enough things, so it makes it worse. I've never seen, maybe it's just me and my ignorance, where because you've burnt a school, that greater community and society is now on your side. I've never seen a protest, kushiswa izinto, I'm talking about in current times, where now greater society is now on your side because you destroyed. Let's say we did have a national shutdown of the economy for one day. That's over R1 billion in one day.
Sure.
And we understand.
Shutdown of the economy.
Shutdown of the economy.
Maybe more than $1 billion.
Maybe more than R1 billion.
No,
Okay.
not maybe. But please
More than
continue.
R1 billion. Okay, more than R1 billion.
I
We
think
know.
ShopRite makes $1 billion a day or something. That's just one shop.
We know the knock-on effects of that.
Okay.
And again, in this country, the rich find a way, and it's going to go back down to affect the poor.
Sure.
And if we had stats on socioeconomic on where GBV really hits, if mina construction ngisebenze that thing to 100 rand ngendlini, now all of a sudden there's a shutdown, angikwazi ukuya construction la ngiyakhona, angikwazi ukuya eplazini la ngiyakhona. Now imagine the frustration that I'll have with our 100 rand that's meant to thenga igrocer for the weekend as umjida. And let's say vele nginempama endlini. Now I sekho leyo nto. So I'm looking at it.
that's not a good
that
reason.
rationale is dangerous.
Yeah,
No,
it's very dangerous.
That's like
it's a silly example.
okay, cool.
It's a
okay.
No,
silly
but allow us to counter you.
No, okay.
Allow us to counter
Yeah,
you.
it's like
There's a lot of
Can't we
people
go?
that think how you're thinking, and it's
Okay.
okay.
Some lady
It's okay
did
for you
call.
to use that example
Okay.
because it's very valid.
Yeah, it's like Fikile Mbalula when we are speaking to Barikima, PhD holder or podcaster. Barikima, sorry, we send it close. That he.
No, don't laugh. Let him be cancelled alone. Thina ngeke sibe cancelled. Sosala sodwa la.
So
PhD yama podcast undlozo.
no,
PhD yakhe is in podcasting.
no, I didn't say that.
What did you say?
No, Giri's got a PhD and is a podcaster.
That's not what you said. You
What
said
did I say?
une PhD with podcasting.
No. I'm saying he's a PhD holder on a podcast. Yeah.
PhD
so,
what?
So, Nkhohliwe, but it's not in podcasting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm saying he then said, Fikile, that the reason why we can't expropriate the land is there's going to be flight of Inyugu. You know, the economy is going to go down. So it's almost like he's saying that we can't do anything. We
held
can't
No.
just. So when you say that, for me, it says that.
Don't counter us. Let us counter you and then carry on
So
with your point.
what I'm saying
I'm
is,
just raising why this is problematic.
yeah, so I'm just saying that maybe how they're doing it is wrong. Maybe. Because if we look at the stats, I think they need to do deep research on the lovers. I think that will solve a lot of things.
I don't think
for
that's
this
what
thing.
they're
But we
doing.
have to talk about something else. I was just going to the example that if we're always going to argue that stopping the economy, taking money away leads to violence.
No,
it's
I'm
a
not
similar.
saying- I'm not- that's not
No,
what I'm
no, I
saying.
know that's what you're
but it
saying.
sounded like that.
Just
Okay,
the
cool.
example.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying allow us to counter because I can tell you now, that example is valid to a lot of gents.
Yeah.
Wavali economy, ama-tax awahambi, ama-cheat awaspanang, azawendi nifetha trap ama-oleti. This is a real thing.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I'm just saying the problem with that is it's the same thing as saying we can't stop selling alcohol because of jobs. If we stop the drug mafia, how am I supposed to feed the family? And that logic is something we need to fix along with a whole lot of other issues.
I'm saying it's a point that needs to be addressed.
No, you're right.
Because stopping the economy...
I'm saying that mentality is wrong. Sorry, the example was actually a good one.
I'm not saying we shouldn't expropriate land. I'm saying let's be cognizant of the fact that should we just go about the Klapakeles, corner a lot of investment that will disappear from this country.
Sure.
So we need to be very strategic in how we go about it.
Okay, cool.
You know, sing our big clams and say, we'll grab.
Okay.
Overnight. The
No,
same way
You tell me I'll grab.
Okay. No,
So
You ask me
yes.
about the two Boer republics and then you say grab.
Grab.
Switch off that camera,
camera.
my friend. Sorry, that's you Chinter Planche with Louis Theroux.
Yeah.
Solid documentary.
So again, I'm saying what it feels when I'm listening to these ladies, it's a lot of boardroom air-conditioned spaces conversations, you know, and it feels like there's a sense of detachment with the majority of South Africans.
The people at grassroots level.
At grassroots, you know, and I'm not saying what GBV is not happening at the most elite level all the way down. I'm just saying what a lot of these solves, you know, we used to have this thing when I was at Rhodes where the girls would be topless, my body, my choice. Movement.
And those ones were topless, man.
Right, and they all, I think every year.
They'd go around showing their boobs,
every year.
And it's
they'd
always
write
not
this,
there.
You know,
It's always not there.
And
It's always not there.
in my sociology club.
Yeah, what's them not?
Bro, I'll respect you. So the ladies.
Wena uphisa ubona namabele ukuthi equality.
So equality amabele njani boy?
Equality edairy.
So it's not the
Kubeka,
ones.
sorry.
The ones who are always.
You're a pervert. Hey, labo sisawufuna ukubona idiri bona lethi bagqoka bra. Weak. You're weak now. Bathembile babhalile la. My body, my choice. Kodwa nje bra.
I don't know what the one is really.
No, thina sifuna ukumbheza ugqoka ibra. Ayibra omgcwele ngempela.
And then no kipayo.
Protest down the train. Bosses mabefuna ukuprotesta baba they must stop giving gen sex. That will shut down the country.
Never happen. Because
shut down the
that
country.
won't happen because here's the problem with abanye sis. Abanye some babona opportunity at that point. So umema akafuna ukukupha. Wena manje umema akafuna uyaprotesta lezinto zama-people.
Check out my people profile.
Check out my people.
Why is your thing not purple?
Penson, when's
Actually,
that?
no, Mina, I'm not having sex.
I'm not having validity.
I want to tell you about, sorry.
Engage, sis. What?
What you guys?
Let Kenya. That thing what happened in Kenya. That thing, the wives were telling the side chicks that they must so that they can. That's bullshit.
What story is that? I don't know.
There's a story where I think women wanted a certain bill or certain rights to get put in the constitution. The men in Kenya were saying no, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
The woman right.
Then the woman did sex.
No sex.
Yeah, but and then all the wives apparently were also told go find your husband's side piece. And also tell her and convince her we must stand together. And apparently that protest lasted 2 weeks or whatever.
Oh, that's long.
And then
That's long.
Whatever.
No,
you
it is. It's very long.
That's
longer. And then
no, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
and then apparently the bill got put in.
That's national state of emergency.
that one.
I'm actually they're shy for 2 weeks.
No,
That's a proper
That's
protest.
a lie.
That's a national shutdown.
That's a lie.
Oh, for the national shutdown, Bob.
There's
But
no
the
way.
Valamatanga.
Ngeke bakwazi ukuvala amathanga labantu lapha. Abakwazi ukuvala amathanga kwamanje babhizi bachatha with people's husbands. That's why bangakwazi ukupost abanye sisibaziyo abathanda ukupost manje in a new relationship thingi ikhwama Michael Kors useZanzibar kodwa akakwazi ukuposta le muntu hamba naye ngoba uhamba nomuntu omuntu.
The number of sellout women, man, that I've asked, why is your profile picture not purple? It's like, for what?
For what?
And one of the ladies was literally like, is that gonna stop men from killing us? And I was like, it's meant to
don't
make
know.
a dent. She was like, no, I
Awareness.
don't do that rubbish.
Yeah, there's many women that say they don't.
Once you realize that a group of people are not homogeneous, they just don't all behave the same. Your life becomes very simple.
But part of the problem is in what we're saying, trying to find solutions.
I spoke to
You're
a
trying
lady.
to speak for all women against all men.
Yes.
Instead of speaking for women who are victims against the men who perpetrated them, so that we can all help. ufuna ukukhuluma ngosisi wakho wazuflaba.
I spoke
Let's
to a
focus
lady.
on usisi wakho wazuflaba. Singozokusiza. Mawuzothi women are stabbing us uzothi ntwana mina nginentombi. Angikwazanga ndawo. So ma angeke ngikwazi ukusiza.
My great assumption is that, and I saw Black Newborn spoke about it.
Shout out to Black Newborn, man, and that husband podcast.
He's for the Women for Change thing. He was saying that innate, like a man is meant to protect. That's why the women are assuming that the man will help.
They're not assuming. That's a lie.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's speaking to what you're saying. I saw him later.
It's a dope podcast. That husband podcast. Mlotshwa, you'll find out about the podcast. Manje
ngozusakuzeni leyo podcast.
Hayi, yezwara man. Kuyawuthaka man. Phela Black mfethu.
Hamjika Kenya boy.
Isba. Phela man.
Manje everybody must be entertaining for me.
Caesar.
We like different things.
Yeah, we do. You're right. Mlotshwa
no, he's got a huge market that speaks to
husband
what he loves.
Christian market.
Yes, and that's great. But I mustn't now like when you turn a certain musician. Now, okay, sure. And
you're not
like
the target market.
That's exactly what I said. He's got a beautiful, huge...
No, you're what do you mean?
Kenya.
Now you're Kenya.
No, I'm saying, Kenya.
Mina.
No, I don't listen to those
that are watching this. I
don't listen to a podcast that has one thing only, and everyone agrees on it.
This is why already Penny Libiane take these clips.
Already
I wanted to make a point on the part about burning, and Tupac speaks about this in the documentary Tupac Resurrection. Where you try to go through the right channels. You try to speak to your ward councillor, you try to speak to the MMC, you try to speak to the mayor, you try to go to the MEC, you try to go to the premier, you try members of parliament, you try the minister, you try the president. And you get frustrated to a point where you burn something, you destroy something. Infrastructure that was taken from tax money. Of course, a lot of the guys burning are not paying a lot of tax. They weren't there to build that structure. So they also don't really have and that's the first time the news comes there. It's the first time the minister comes there, the mayor and the premier comes, what's going on here? And you're like, fuck you guys. God is tumela my email. And then something happens. Yes, it gets destroyed. But it's the only time they
because you can quantify the value.
If we understand, not agreeing. Just 2 seconds.
Number two is
okay. I'll hear you. Good. I'll lose my train of thought because I lost my other one.
I had a train of thought that you disrupted.
No. I'm going to say my GBV thing. Nina ningene ngisakhuluma nge-GBV. So ninghluphe. No,
go back to GBV. You can go back to GBV.
So if we understand the burning,
go back to GBV.
If we understand. No, that's part of my GBV. It's part of my GBV. If we understand, if we understand, and understanding and agreeing is two different things. Just for Abatlali. If we understand that people are burning out of frustration because they've done the right channels, then we should understand. No. We shouldn't understand that.
No, those are two separate things.
If you've gone through, I've walked away. I've done this. I've run away. She came into my home. I moved in it. If you've done I'm not saying agreeing, burning, because you didn't say we must agree with burning of school. You are trying to explain, Guti, they are frustrated to the point of this.
Sure.
And I'm saying, Guti, you're not saying they are right to do that. You are saying they are frustrated to the point of this. Then me personally, I understand a guy who's walked away, who's run away, who's done this, who's hidden in the toilets to a point where the only form in his mind at that time is violence.
It's not the same. So
for me, it's the same.
That's okay. Sure. I'm into this is why I'm disagreeing.
Yeah.
You live in a community, you're not getting service, you want to be seen. You're with a woman, she's not treating you well. You leave her. So similarly in the community, if you can leave, you leave.
Most people
can't.
Most
people can't leave the community.
Yeah, so that can't is like saying, I can't leave this woman, mailing him shy. And I'm saying that's why you can't draw a link for me.
Chris Brown is driving. He can't leave.
You agree with Chris Brown and Shaurian?
No. I'm saying I understand. I'm not agreeing with guys burning the school. I'm saying the way that you've explained is that now they've done the necessary channels. Out of frustration, that's what they've done. They're still wrong. We can all agree that burning a school or clinic is still wrong. I'm not saying I'm agreeing with Chris Brown at all. He's still wrong. I'm saying I understand it because there's no leaving. There's no way to get out.
You can stop the car.
I think he's driving. Steering.
And then he stops
but
the
what
car.
he's doing is what we're speaking about earlier, going into the detail why the thing happens.
So I hear exactly what he's saying. I've got an issue with him linking burning a school to hitting a woman.
No,
that's my only issue. I understand why men hit women.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to have that conversation.
No.
I don't want to link it.
No, I want to link it
to service delivery.
I want to link it.
It's almost like if you're a woman, usumkhuzile.
Mele now.
Not merely.
No,
Mele
not saying
understand
merely.
how much it ashayayo. And
No.
I'm saying, I think the exit of both situations is very different.
Completely different.
No,
yeah.
I'm saying the same way that we can say to those people, there's no service here, move place. They'll give you a reason and a justification. We might not agree with it. I don't think anyone here is pro ukushaga umuntu wesifazane or pro burning of a school. I'm saying there's people who are stuck in that community. And for other reasons, I might be able to leave the community for whatever privilege I might have. So for me, it doesn't make sense. But why don't you just move from that township and move to that township? There's so much service. To me, it's duh. The same way like to you, it's like just leave the relationship. For some people, for whatever reason, let's say you argue with umem, in a one-bedroom kokoko. Umem uthatha isikhiye sifake epocketini. Eqhubeke kunyisa. Some people don't have the mental strength of just MZ.
They're not trained as well.
The same way, personally, I don't think I get frustrated enough to burn a clinic. It's not me.
Yeah.
But there's people who mentally, they will burn a clinic at that level. The same way, good see, for me, I live in a privileged space. My bed, like, I'm not in your puma, my bed, I've got so many options of getting out. Some people might not have my privilege. And I'm not saying, again, guys, GBV is wrong.
It sounds like you're justifying.
No, then that means that it sounded. The reason why I jumped in and I used the same parallel, because it was starting to sound like you were justifying burning down schools. And I know you weren't.
Yeah, totally.
But it sounded like.
So my second point was, we here are failures. Because we can identify that people in townships, especially townships, are destroying property which is bad for them. And we are realizing that some of these female organizations that are speaking up for women are not going about it the best way. But we are not offering alternatives. We are not willing to step in there and make people see reason. And yes, talking about it is one way.
I'm offering.
Talking about it is one way, but the reality is there's a lot of people like us
who are just talking.
Who are talking, but who are just also not involved. And the biggest failure, I think, of South African society in particular is the fact that the mildly privileged middle class
is not doing anything.
Is not doing anything for their own immediate and extended families. Because it's their cousin that was part of the burning down of the school. It's their cousin that is beating up their girlfriend. But they make a purple picture, they get on a podcast, but they're not solving the problem. So the second point was going to be that, I hear what Penson's saying. We can agree here.
Sure.
And in our agreement, we might be speaking to privileged people who also agree. I also don't understand why they, but we're not willing to go to the spaces where it really matters to actually try and assist.
But do we know what those spaces that really matters?
We know them. We're just not willing to
all
go
the townships. People are being killed in the Cape Flats. We all know it.
So going back to my roads, my body, my choice. And I remember I was in my third year sociology.
Sure.
And I was saying, I understand that here on campus, our sisters get sexually harassed and all these things. I get that. But would this campaign not be more effective? You know, yes, I fully agree. Let's also have a version here because us sisters are violated everywhere, you know. But again, roads, elitist space, you know, in the greater landscape of South Africa, versus the most poorest of the poor, where we're seeing this happening. At times. So, what the hell is wrong with you? And I was like, oh, okay, sharp. Like you, it's almost like you want to preach to the converted. And we're not saying that we are angels, but we're trying to do better.
Sure.
We're not saying we're perfect in any way, but trying to do better. Why are you not going to the brothels and the taverns and the there?
After the lecturer lectured you, did you start a movement in the township?
I didn't care about it. I was
Then
just
why
asking-
did you raise it at all?
Because she had raised it. It was a whole lecture, so I was part of the lecture.
So you weren't really trying to solve.
No, I was trying to understand. For me.
So both of you never got to the township.
No, she was part of the movement.
I hear you. Both
'Cause
of you
she-
never got to the township.
I didn't care about it.
I hear
For me,
you.
I was hoping that they
I'm
can
saying
get
both
ass
of you
naked.
never got to the
I didn't
township.
got to the township.
They also didn't.
They never got to the
So
township.
both of you didn't get to the township.
Yes.
But
But
you
they-
raised it as a problem.
I didn't raise it as a problem. I was trying to understand, Uguti, if you're going to come into my space, that's my lecture, I'm paying fees. Ne? I'm not going out there to go meza in your... If she had a bullhorn standing, I was going to keep going.
Get up?
Bullhorn, what's that thing called?
Or make a phone.
Megaphone. And she was standing there, Perez, on the lawns. I was going to keep walking past and again
Trusty loans.
on the trusty lawns.
Near the arch.
You know what you're asking is so crazy. Did I catch you, Harris?
No, I was just trying to say... Uguti,
No
she was
more
in my
cards
space.
and on a sec.
I mean, I'm fun, man. Then I'm well behaved.
Tell them fun.
Then I'm man.
Tell them fun naye.
I want to you the West, Anton. Le improvile.
Ulayile yazi.
It's almost like
Uthi mamkhawula awuthi ngengenele i-DA. Ngathi ithi awuthi ngingenele la i-DA ngoba ubhizi ne-ANC. Yeah.
so. I'm trying to figure
Shout
out.
out, Eddie,
Trying
yeah.
to figure out what you're asking is so important about, and I think it's not a man question. It's a issue of both genders. Amachita, name Uguti. Why aren't people going there to help?
I'll tell you.
There's how many signed what that? It's
I
800.
heard it's 800,000.
Maybe because about by 2,000 or even less. Okay, let's say 2, 3.
Let's say 10.
Yeah, 10,000.
Yeah, let's just say.
Okay. And you realize that we've got what 70 that just signed for the sake of. And is
I
it
spoke
that
to a lady at work. When
Yeah.
I was like, what's your take? She's like, yo, Penson, now you papa, one day off, no 21. I was like,
Incentive.
wow.
So let-
Incentive. That's actually going to be my answer.
I was like, wow, okay.
There is no real incentive for us to actually act. If there was money in solving our township, our extended family issues, we would go there. But it actually takes from us. So then we're like,
The little that we have.
the little?
no, forget little.
Yeah.
There's just no incentive.
Everybody feels like they've got so much.
But I'm trying to figure out what is the incentive, what does it look like for people to go and protest in 21? Or any protest in jail. It's like with us, we're on
Day
part
off,
of.
bro. Or the propaganda. Black Lives Matter, people getting paid.
No, this thing tends to touch you when you are a victim or you're related to a victim. So there's a vested interest.
Sure.
Yeah, in that. And then you hope that because you are a victim or you're related to one, you'll convince other people to say, "Sis, uyakhumbula mfethu what happened to my female relative. Eish mfethu ngiyakhumbula somsize futhi igazi. Ngiyacela bafethu." So then ngiyanithola, and you hope that more people inspire and there's a ripple effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So outside of that, most people won't. It's like not.
But I want to emphasize this. I hope we can move to other topics. I applaud Women for Change and the organizers for doing something. It's better than doing nothing for them, and especially compared to us who just talk.
So I think
That's
it's
number
propaganda.
one.
Oh, sorry.
And number
What
two,
should point ingakhe? Because
ngisho kubani?
mina phela yimi
Ngisho leni kuwe?
yimi yabona umphathi. Yimi wena uguest wena. So mafika ne PCR
Now uyayikhipha ingcenge eroads. Makhishwe ingcenge.
ngayibhaka ingcenge iphethwe
Now uyakhipha ibele.
bese ngiyaseklisha la kuma nipples.
Kumele utshele uTebza mayifuna ibele elimile ukuthi kusekhona wena.
Ufuna ibele elimile boy. Yeah, qhubeka.
That's my first point. And look, to all the women who are going to be marching, I don't know when this is going to be coming out. Doing it for the right reasons. I really hope something comes of it. I unfortunately don't believe in our government. And I think a lot of the senior politicians, you guys may not know, are also perpetrators of some of the violence you complain about. Number two, people like myself and others. Yes, we may not be doing much, but I'm not going to put women first. I'm going to put every victim first. And where there's a way we can lend our voice, etc., cool. If Women for Change says we're marching against violence, anyone who's lost anyone, a child, their brother, I'll be like, you know what? I think I'm going to make my thing purple. But if you want us to focus on women and the undertone innuendos is it's against men, unfortunately, you have to count
and
me
that is
out.
the undertone. The problem is that when I think about GBV or when I think about a lot of these problems that are raised in today's time, it's a symptom and it's not the cause. Sure. I think it's the greater cause is just a broken society. I think we live in, and I've said this and I sound like a broken record, Guti, it's an immoral society. It's broken at the core, at the foundation, you've got our greatest leaders, people that we're looking up to, doing the most corrupt things. Njengamanje, some of them are accused of being involved in mafia and ukubulala abantu. Amaphoyisa that are meant to look after us are now accused of being involved in ukubulala abantu. You hear all the time, go to a pastor slept with ingane encane or umfana omncane. You're hearing these things, and I'm like, the moral fiber of society is broken. Therefore, you can do things and not feel anything. Whether you're a guy or a girl, uyakwazi ukuyofeba and unembeza awusekho. Uyakwazi ukuyo ngamfenesa la mjita engawukhipha 2000, or usisi can literally ask a guy, yabona umjita uyakheza mfethu uspane KFC, she can literally cela ungisendele 2000 weyinwele and not feel anything and not realize ukuthi khona into efile kuwena. You can go and blow 10,000. That guy that was training with this girl blew 10,000 and she doesn't care. Like we do things and we don't care. So why must I care, mang shawuntu? Like we've lost. Why must I care, mang feb? Why must I care, mang look? Why must I care, mang ayon? I don't care, because the people, ubabe to whoever politician, nae une mali akwabanisa, and nae he doesn't care. And amaphoyisa adayisa ama-drugs and they don't care. And umfundisi ulala ney'ngane zesikole and he doesn't care. And I really think that on its own, the morality has gone. The morality has gone. And again, I'm not trying to preach you on religion, but even if you look at schooling, and I was in the schools and I'd always just look at the challenges that we faced, and it was always going down to how the kids are being parented. And I'd be like, lengane don't know what is right and what is wrong. And it's translated in how we have to deal with that. Something as silly as gentle parenting, the craze. Ingane now feels entitled to just talk to whoever, do whatever in the classroom at any point. But the other kids don't play that shit. Gini, when you do whatever, your mom lets you go, your dad lets you go. Lana, now it's a fight. Now that your child is getting bullied. No, there's consequences for your behavior. There's consequences in every religion. If you are an Islamic woman and you cheat, you get stoned in those countries, as an example. In this country, nothing happens at all. If you steal a loaf of bread, you can get in trouble. But the morality is not getting policed. And I think that's also because we've moved away from religion, whether it is Christianity, Islam, Judaism, whether it is Abagashembe, traditional values, we've lost that. And going back to that podcast where you're talking about the essence of the man is to protect. That is in every religious scripture, bro. That is in every traditionalist conservative thinking. You understand? And the aim of a woman is to be nurturing and loving. Kunzima mfethu ukushaya umuntu, man or woman, who's loving and kind. And ohloniphayo. Kunzima umshaya lo muntu loyo. But kulula kabi ukushaya umuntu who's arrogant, who uyayitshela, uyakuphaphela, who aggressive. And I look at and I said, we've lost these things, man.
Many people will disagree with that last point.
I know, and I specifically made that gender neutral.
Yes.
Whether it's guy on guy, girl on girl.
Sure.
Umuntu mayihlonipha. Umuntu ohloniphayo, onenhliziyo enhle, kunzima umshaya. But umuntu, even ma wrong, unginyathela, but ngiyaxolisa mfethu. Angithi ubona ngenze, but uyazehlisa uyangixolisa. Kunzima ukumtinyela lo muntu. Verse umuntu uzokugxoba mase ethi pho. Verse umuntu uzokutshela, what you going to do about it? What you going to do about a big guy? Because you got a beard? With your small dick? What you going to do? Kulula ke lo muntu ukuthi ehlangabezwe impama. It's so easy for that individual.
Sure.
Yeah, sengiqedile ke.
Do you think all men cheat?
Oh, before I go to all men cheat, there was a campaign, if you look at one of the greatest campaigns in the world, I think it was 6-7 years ago. I forgot the country, but some of these South American countries, these guys were obsessed with soccer. I forgot the name of the country. I just need to find it. Obsessed. Like one of South Africa Chiefs and Pirates. Obsessed, like the whole country. And there was obviously a rise of GBV. GBV in a sense of women are being killed and being abused. This agency came up with this idea to say, look, Amachita, where they all congregate and where they all love a certain thing is soccer. So what we're going to do, every 5 minutes, mark down the two biggest teams. We want to stop the TV and write a GBV message that speaks to what is happening with GBV around in the country. And if those stats are true, it went down within 2 years by a drastic number, because they took away the one thing that men love, and men were forced to pay attention because they loved that specific thing. So I'm just saying,
it took down violence.
Yeah, it took down GBV, not just violence, but abuse against women, because it was a big thing in the country. So they linked it to sports to say every time, because the guys explained, maybe it's a black TV for a good 1 minute, and then they write a message, then go back to the soccer.
It's not Brazil. The brave is not violent. Launched by the UN Women Brazil in November 2013. Initiative involves 6 of the country's biggest men's football teams displaying a banner with the motto, "The brave are not violent," to women during championship games.
I think it is. Yeah, maybe. It was a campaign by some agency, and but it did help for a good 2 years, and then. I'm speaking about the incentive thing that Mlotshwa was speaking about.
Yeah, there's so many things that led into the decrease of, much like awareness on its own, just the purple. Sure. Right now, this purple campaign.
It's helping us to have a conversation.
It's helping us have a conversation. This alone can drop the numbers. Sure. And it doesn't need to lend itself to a national shutdown. Okay. So if we could track this, we could see let's just continue the conversations. Let's get funding to continue conversations, because we're seeing a downward trajectory of this, rather than doing that thing, So there's so many variables in going to change something. There's that story of in America where all the what is it called? All the babies that were getting delivered were all dying at a certain point. So all these babies are dying, like 8 out of 10 babies.
Infant mortality.
Infant mortality was incredibly high. So the doctors were now studying these babies, to try and find out what's wrong about what's wrong about these babies? Why do they keep dying? Why they keep dying? And it's just got worse and worse and worse. And didn't understand. So they studied more babies, and in the morning they go deliver the babies, and then at night they go, and in the morning they go deliver babies, and at night they go study these corpses, these dead corpses, until it was realized, hey, do you motherfuckers wash your hands? Are you guys washing your hands? You guys are infecting
the children.
Meanwhile, all the studies are going around about this and how this and the what's in the water, what's in the smoke, what's in the cave. Not realizing oh snap, I might be the problem here. I might also be the solution here. So when you watch these things, I always just try and think,
you don't think that campaign Debs are speaking about worked?
I don't know anything about that campaign, but off Justin J, the little that I know, it doesn't sound like a campaign where guys are sitting there to de-stress and watch Ebola. It doesn't seem like you switching off the TV for a minute will, be a deciding factor for me to stop.
Or deterrent.
Yes. I think people about understand ukushaya umuntu. Forget violence against women. About understand ukushaya umuntu. Ukushaya umuntu, ungashaya umuntu at a birthday party. You guys are at a kid's birthday party. There's 3-year-olds. The person can be so disrespectful or can move in such a way where I'll send in doubt about these 3-year-olds and what people say. If it's like, I think people don't understand what is going to. They think in their mind, it's you have all the time to manage your emotions and you think about road rage. That video, I don't know, did I send you that video of that guy tackling?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter as well. But
did he send you?
He sent as well.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I see the importance of rugby. In Lomchi to Shay tackle Skuntereng, he wasn't thinking about he could also potentially hurt himself. He was operating in a certain frequency. A guy like that, you can't, a guy like that, you can't say, hey, bruh, think about your kids. That's gone. Hey, bro, think about the fact that you get arrested and spend the weekend in jail. That's gone. I really think that we sometimes are on the other side, watching people live their lives, and then we're narrating with these armchair coaches. Hey, we will pass the ball. Why am I if it's why I'm showing a side step, why am I bouncing? We're sitting there and we're looking at this as if we're playing this video game. No. Like all these things, we're sitting on the other side, sober-minded at those times, removed, and then we just say whatever. Meanwhile, you are in the space where you're in the space where all of a sudden, when now it's faced on you, now you've got all the justifications.
That's true, yeah.
Why when I passing ball at that time? Oh no, this guy was covering the angle. If I pass, he's going to intercept. Okay, you see when it happens on a Saturday, think about that. Consider all the potential variables that can also happen to those people. We don't. We're not kind.
Imagine if we could create a safe space and have a campaign like the Agenda Network, where men who have hit women, even once, just one slap, could get to a space and actually talk about what led to him hitting. And in a safe space, explain whether he feels bad or not. So that we can be like, we want a campaign. We'd have to cover the faces.
We need to cover the face.
Then it can be the same guy, just doing different voices. I'm shy.
So that we can actually get to the core of why people hit women specifically, but everyone else. And then we can be like, oh, okay. And then you ask the same standard questions.
It goes back
do you have a job? Do you earn money? What type of shelter do you live in? Do you have any children? Do you have an education? At what level? Okay. What did you do? No, I think I punched her 5 times. And then when she fell down, I kicked her 3 times. Why did you do that? I was drunk at the time and the phone went off and it was the ex-yake who had said she must stop speaking to, and she promised me that she had, but clearly she hadn't blocked. So I was just pissed. Do you feel guilty? No, mhlambe ngamshaya kakhulu kodwa nje kwakumele ngimshaye ngoba from there akazange asakhuluma nalo.
Do you know what's crazy?
Generally, people don't want to be forced to think. Once someone goes into detail about abuse, the people that must get this data, that are the victims of this Women for Change people, it's like, yes, now they are forced to engage the actual truth now. And people generally don't want
Part of the problem with organizations like Women for Change is if the number of women killed goes to 0 and men don't hit women, the organization ceases to exist. And all of those jobs or funding that they get has to disappear.
Yeah.
I was asking if you think all men cheat.
No, before you guess that, I think one of the chats that we're not having is the world is an extremely violent place.
Generally.
You also agree?
The world, yeah.
It's extremely dangerous. The countries that run this world are the most violent. The countries that we look up to, whether it's America, Russia, whatever, they are the most violent and they kill people in the thousands every day. Yeah, one. They kill people in the thousands, bro. In the thousands, and they don't care nothing. Trump, they are busy sending drones. Barack is sending drones to Yemen. They've killed thousands of people and they feel nothing. You know what's happening in Israel and Gaza? Violence. People are dying. People don't understand the world. If you go to the Amazon right now, every insect, every snake, every's gonna try and eat you and kill you. It's a very violent thing. I've got a 1-year-old at home. That 1-year-old takes everything and he's just smashing the shit out of everything.
Human beings are born violent.
Human beings are just violent, bro. Human beings are violent. When that lady called me,
self-preservation,
because she felt that the guy slept, she said, I must go in and beat this guy.
Why?
She thought that's a reaction. When if you're to ever assault a woman and cops come, she wants the cops to be violent to you.
Yeah.
You know, cops don't come there and they're trying to psychoanalyze the situation and have a discourse. They will bring violence.
You know what's
if
crazy?
You don't pay your taxes, and they come in and they repossess your home, say you're not going to come in and see the violence that you'll be met with.
It's crazy how even some of the women, I can bet you now, 90% of the people that are doing this PayPal thing, let's say 90% of them have got partners, married or just GBV. If you say to those ladies, look, let's say Batlale complex, and next door, and most of those women will not send their partner to go help. They won't.
No, you don't want your partner to be faced with violence, but you want that other guy to feel violence.
That's the thing that I'm saying, that you're not willing to put your immediate spouse.
Yeah, but that's selfishness as well. that's also being selfish. Yet, if it was happening to them, they would wish
that person next door
counts.
That's another thing.
Yeah, but that's also
this homogeneous group thing,
but that's also another human trait of just being selfish.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Good when you can have 2 TVs and next door they don't have one.
Sure.
You know, and when your second TV is never on, but it's not that you'll think that doesn't work. But I'm just saying, the violence thing and the number of females, whether it's jokingly or otherwise, that have like punched you and like, oh, but Penson, you can take it. You're a big guy. I was like, you always bringing physical violence, verbal violence into a space, and then you are masking it with jokes all the time. You know, I mean, I hate when you're in a relationship or whether it's a colleague and in activities, I'm like, please don't bring verbal violence here. Because if I retaliate with this, yes, because I will retaliate with the same verbal violence or more verbal violence, and then I'll be called a bully because of my size. And it's so like intimidator. So when you're fuck you pets, you don't even think, and I'm like, for sex, when I'm sunganyo. Now all of a sudden, because I also have a physical presence, it's now you saw me, I saw you back, but now there was also a threat. So, don't bring any violence, bro. But human beings are just weird.
Sorry, man, we need to go back to your thing because I know people will love that topic more than
no, Kulera, you guys must wrap up on this. I made my last point.
Do you guys think? Look, I get most men now. They are over motherly parented and under fatherly parented. I hope I said that right.
Probably not, but we get it.
You get what I'm saying?
Nurturing love versus tough love.
Yeah. So
over-mothered,
underfathered. Oh, thank you, Mlotshwa. And that is a one thing. And then the other thing that asaspani. Do you guys link? Is there a link to the fact that Amajita get to a point where they don't care anymore? Or they're like, why should I care about a match? Do you think if men, most of them, they would want to partake more in these types of movements? Is there a link?
I want to say this. I'm not going to answer your question. I don't think I'm answering your question.
Okay.
I saw some of the male celebrities apparently have made their profile pictures purple.
Sure.
And I think I posted this on Facebook. You can't trust South African celebrities.
You can't.
South African celebrities. South African celebrities will generally go for the money.
They'll say whatever.
And some of the names that I heard, some of them are musicians, and I just figured these are guys that probably get booked to Women's Day events, or their women are part of something that's going to. So it's like how you're part of Purple, but your husband, I think they're doing it to make money. There's a financial incentive.
And then you hear guys like, yeah, but Penson, you can't fault me for the bag. I can, bro. Because there's level of morality. That's like being gay for pay, bro.
You can't feed your kids on morality.
Okay, sharp. Then Hamburg, we doing some kind of coin. Like give me there has to draw a line somewhere. You know, it has to.
I'm trying to figure out why aren't men really interested. And I
wanted to say to you, Tibbs, in that, like I said, I wasn't answering your question.
Sure.
The guys that care are the ones that are benefiting in some way, whether their woman is involved or they know someone who's a victim,
or it's clout or of some sort in your space.
The ones who are either the perpetrators or there's no financial incentive, there's no gigs, they've already been cancelled. They're like, hey, fuck off. Some of the guys on social media who already are known as misogynists are not part of this thing because it's not part of their brand. If anything, for them, they'd be selling out if they turn purple. So they have to stay strong. So I think for a lot of guys where there isn't some type of incentive.
Just to answer your question, I would 100% support it. But because of that undertone where it feels like it's an attack on us.
Yeah.
Just because of that. If it was good, like I'm not. But because of the undertone and energy, and social media,
what does the green profile picture mean?
Green.
You haven't seen green? People are retaliating with green. Sizo, you don't know what the green means?
We're vegetarian.
No, there are people that turn purple, and I think in retaliation, there are people that put green.
There's also too much energy as well. So no, brain uthi ngifuna vele bashawe labantu la bashawa kancane abashawe kakhulu kunomuntu yabona nge-21 mawunomuntu endlini umshaye
Okay, no, I can't see anyone online.
ngifuna umshaye
babheda. Ask your thing. Mina ngifuna ukuvala fit because nazi me I've got this thing.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm also happy for us to leave. Do
Okay,
you think
so-
all men cheat?
I don't think all men cheat, but I think put in the right position, all men will cheat.
Does that apply to women as well?
Yeah.
So not everyone cheats, and it's all about dynamics.
Yeah, dynamics.
What are those dynamics?
Alcohol, dynamics could be, you're actually in that, even if it's not alcohol, but this person just reminds you of something, maybe in that moment, Muna 16, 17. No, I'm saying if you're an adult, let's say una date, and ushadile, no.
No, but I'm trying to understand because khona abantu abang-understand njengawo. Yeah, chaza kahle.
There's some cheat ushadile,
Yeah.
and what your brother's asking, would that person cheat in essence? Uzothola kunature nje mfethu, she reminds you of you when you were 16 ntwana.
Got you, yes.
Ntwana,
Zange
that type of girl
ngithole
rejected you ntwana, but lo khumbuza yabona. You again in the right position. I think most.
Do you think it's
would.
possible that there are men who, no matter the position, just their morality won't allow them to cheat?
Yeah.
There are men like
Yeah.
that. Do you think it's a huge number?
No.
Percentage-wise?
No.
Maybe what percent?
10,
10% of
15,
men will never cheat.
Yeah, I think so. In the right position,
How do we train boys?
not to cheat.
How do we train boys to become part of that 10% and to maybe
Don't go in
scale it?
spaces that will make you cheat. That thing is very simple. It's like when you go for gun training, there are certain spaces you shouldn't go to. Those spaces might allow you to draw it out because of the behavior and of those people around. So men who want to be part of that 15, 20% shouldn't be in those spaces. They must force themselves not to be in those spaces. For me, it's
To lower the chances of
lower the chance.
temptation.
Yeah. If you're an alcoholic prom, go bar. What the tempter, what superhero? Help me let's reserve. No, don't go there in the first place. Don't be around
you
family
have a-
members
Okay.
who drink. So I think if someone doesn't want to be part of the 80%,
So send
don't
your
go
lighty
those
to a boys'
spaces.
school, as an example, until matric. Minimize access to girls.
No, it's on the you leave it on co-ed in fact. I don't want to much.
But doesn't that increase the chances? Similar to everything else, like don't go clubbing, don't have female friends.
Yeah.
If there are any women that want your phone number, tell them no, only my email, which goes
thank
to
you.
my woman.
No, thank you.
No, you need to be in those places, man, where you're
Yeah,
interacting
thanks.
with the other gender. But I think.
But why?
that's
Isn't
important.
that part of the problem? Isn't that the gateway drug?
No. There are people who are still fine, even if they are in those spaces. No, you must interact with the other gender. Because now, what if now goes get some cheetah? No, cheetah machita. No. I think you still need to be in those courts. I believe in court schools.
You think marriage is still important in society?
In 2025, no. I believe in people coming together, stay together, build a family together.
Isn't that
And-
marriage?
No. Marriage is it's an actual document that is in front of you and you sign. If we go to Google and ask what is marriage, it won't say cohabiting is marriage. No, it's going to say it's a legal document that you sign and the law is involved.
Why
Or
not just
government is
do
involved.
that?
Why not just sign? No, people being involved in your thing, man. Cohabit. If you you guys build what you need to build together. But
Keep it.
going to sign,
Ufuna skip it.
no. Yeah.
Ufuna skip it.
Fought and said.
Yeah, you can fight and say they still be with your family. I think you guys must introduce each other to the family. Guys, this is my boyfriend, but he's at a certain stage where I view him as a husband. We are very committed to each other. We want to build a future together. That's what we're building. If there's a traditional thing that you must do outside of Ukipilo, what then do that to meet ancestors and whatnot.
But what's the
my
negative
issue-
aspect of signing?
Government. Why do you want government to be involved in your life? Already you are there involved in your life. You are born in South Africa. But now you are signer. I don't believe in signing. And if you look at the definition of marriage, is you going to sign an actual document. I don't believe in you going to sign an actual document because that's what marriage is. Because people confuse what marriage is. Marriage is two people coming together. It's either from a traditional, a religious perspective, in front of God, umfundisi, you're signing a paper. Or you go to Home Affairs, you sign a paper. That is marriage in its definition. I don't believe in that. But people coming together to build something, staying together, yeah. But I don't believe in the actual definition of what marriage is. I don't believe in that.
You think there's men that don't cheat?
No. I think there are men that don't cheat, but I think every man, given the opportunity to, will take.
Every single man.
Oh,
It just has to be like the right woman. in the right space.
I said 15%. When you said all.
No, I say all. So again, I remember when people were judging Tiger Woods, and then you started seeing the caliber of woman that he was cheating with.
Man.
And you're like, bro, obviously for you, because when you only have ogres available to you.
Ogres.
So you're not going to cheat with ogres.
Why don't you have a protest time?
Obviously you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
We love those orangutan boobs as well.
Orangutan today. No, but with that being said,
We have to love the orangutan titty face.
have those Swedish models
In front of you.
here. Now you're flying and you're in these exotic places. Sebela. Ano 22 mabele cicile zingazithe. Sebela bayasithela kwena. Now you be that moral man. I don't believe so.
Yeah.
I don't believe, because a lot of the guys that tell me that they don't cheat, I look at them and I say, I believe you, bro. I believe you. Because when I record every Friday when uzofema move uzofema nathi. I believe you. Exciting, but send a camera, exciting. We all shoot about but if you're a guy who lives in a space where you're constantly meeting different women, interacting very closely with those women, it can be work. So you can say, I don't go out partying, I don't go, but the caliber and the quality of women that you work with all the time, bala, and there's some sort of attraction, and there's a dynamic.
Do you think that's why Muslim and Jewish men prefer their wives being at home?
And with Muslim men also being open to polygamy, you know.
And also ninja.
Yeah.
So
my ninja.
Because they study.
Because it's human nature.
Do you think black girls need to be ninjas?
Yeah, they need to be ninjas. Because if
So
you
why
think, no, so here's the thing. If you go
Why did you
traditional,
know? Why did you know?
So let's go traditional.
Why did you know?
Let me go
Hey,
traditional.
abamnyama.
Let me go traditional.
Ngicela ukukubuza, no.
Let me go traditional.
No.
If you look
No,
at the
what?
way Ichichi would dress, it's very different.
Dress or undress?
Or undress. It's very different to how a woman who's married will wear. Because again, why is Ichichi? You. Yeah, when you face, okay, it's mad.
You're perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
My body, my choice. The boobs are out.
I was trying to say that. I touched the toes. What's that?
Hey, many men were disgusting. They'd make them bagide, bachukuze, babamba amanzi atheleke la. Yonke into nje ish. This is a Zulu woman. Kanti bayazi amajithi bafundisa ama-COs ukuthi nje
hold on to this long ass reed, man. She said, only a long reed, so you can get used to holding it all day.
bayagida baphakamisa umlenze kanje bengagqokanga phendi bathi beye phansi
To show you what.
kube kuvela isinqa baphinde futhi bathi kanje.
Cultures are wrong.
And now I'm looking at it. But
The
anyway,
culture page was designed by some disgusting
but
pervert.
but once I see, and then your package. And I think what's again with Islamic faith or our traditions, then polygamy, because they knew what lona kunzima ukuthi itotolo zakhe efihle. Yes, we can talk about those seasons endlini, okay, we get that, but it's also the fact ukuthi netotolo uyawazi ukuthi isebenze nje la within the 4. Yabona, because I think once it gets to a certain number, namajita cheating is a decrease type of situation. So with that being said, given the opportunity, a lot of the people that I know that say they don't cheat or they wouldn't cheat, I'm 100% certain.
Yes.
100% certain.
That's absolute certainty. There's no such thing in accounting, by the way.
Well, this is not accounting. Because I look at guys that say this and I say, can I just see your DMs? Try. Try. No, phela kusho akekho jaha. Bese ngiyakutshengisa iDM nje yokuqala number 1 bese ngithi check the profile.
Awakho.
Usithi
Those are your DMs.
What's it? No. Ama-DM abantu abagangayo.
Oh,
Not me.
babonisa nomjita.
Bazobonisa
I
nomjita.
don't get DMs from women. Eh?
Hey, bro, every
Mine
now
are
and
dry.
again. Because I think I get catfish,
I mean,
bro.
I am nothing. I don't know.
I think
I
man
mean,
catfish.
I don't get DMs.
Mina bang catfish, ne? You catfish.
I don't know busy wa gym abolonsite totolozi wena.
Because they ask me silly questions and I go, what? Penson, what must I do with my carbs? What time must I have my carbs? Must I have them before 8? Tell my carbs. What's that? I was all carb.
Kabe.
Kabelips. Kabalozi. You look.
I watched an interesting movie called Frankenstein.
You didn't ask me about marriage, though.
I think it could have been better, man.
But you didn't ask me about marriage.
Please watch Frankenstein.
You don't know
Guillermo
I don't know.
You don't know Guillermo?
I'm not.
Del Toro. Is it Del Toro?
Joe Rogan was talking about Frankenstein.
He did The Shape of Water. He did what was the movie? Pan's Labyrinth. He won 3 Academy Awards. Oh, Guillermo Amazi. You're not really a movie guy. Was you paying pale?
No, I mean, I think that there was a certain stage where I stopped with movies, man. I just hit a lot of
Guillermo,
documentaries.
you don't know anything about movies. No, shut up.
What's that famous?
Is the Oscars worth anything now?
What the?
That guy
Just list those things.
It's also part of the comic series.
Comic.
Yeah. But Guillermo also did that movie.
Is it a movie? Shit, I don't know. But anyways, I wish I was paid by Netflix. I wish. Netflix, Zinja.
So is it
Zinja.
Never.
I found it quite interesting because it touches on the concept. If you don't know the story, Mary Shelley wrote the novel. The symbolism of Frankenstein is...
She was out with her Chola. Then they ran out of electricity. What's that? Umuntu uzobhala inoveli wena abangani bakho ngizomupha imali. Azi ngempela nje.
Hellboy. Oh, okay.
You know the backstory, ne? Yeah. That's 100% the backstory.
I watched
She went to go chola with a married man.
Go watch Frankenstein, man, on Netflix is all I'm saying. Because you and I are movie people. I think it could have been better. I think the makeup on Frankenstein is dog shit.
He knows it. It's just, I guess,
He's forgotten. But anyways, the concept is your creation. Because
what is it?
Frankenstein. Because it starts off with the story of a boy who's got a father who's a surgeon, and the father doesn't really give him love. The boy later on makes his own creation, and then in some way abandons the creation, and the creation gets angry because it's like, but you're my creator, you know.
You're my father.
And he ends up with a lot of rage with Frankenstein because it's like, you made me.
Isn't the Frankenstein the doctor?
No, it's also it's his kid. It's
Okay.
Victor Frankenstein. So
got you.
the creation becomes Frankenstein.
Oh,
I've
wow.
watched Kingdom of Heaven.
Orlando Bloom. I haven't. Worth a watch.
Oh, you were about 3 hours.
I'll watch.
Podcasting.
Watch Frankenstein because
the movie.
at some point there's some nice quotables there.
There's a Spooky the Office.
So bad. So there's a point where Frankenstein is explaining to this
It's
guy.
definitely in the top 5.
Michael Scott.
It's definitely in the top 5 year comedy. The
Michael
Office.
Scott.
People love The Office.
Danda Mifflin.
The Office.
Somebody. There's a point in the movie where
The Office is funny, dog.
Lomchita is speaking to his creator about the pain that this guy inflicted on him and abandonment. And something about you created me and you caused me pain. And I went from being your child. And I'm going to make sure that you will be my child and I'll be your master forever. And I'm going to cause you pain. I'm going to cause you the greatest pain you've ever felt in your life. But it's a very interesting
That goes
thing.
again with the violence. Going back, I'm circling back. Because people cause you pain. People cause you pain. And they don't want to acknowledge the pain that they've caused you.
It's a father and son story, by the way, is all I'm trying to highlight.
But the pain, whatever the pain is, you caused me pain. You caused me pain by belittling me. You causing me pain by cheating on me. You causing me pain in whatever form. The verbal abuse, the psychological, the emotional abuse. You causing me pain. And the human me wants to inflict... So first and foremost, you're not even acknowledging that you fucking caused this pain. I want to inflict that pain on you times 10. So that you can also feel what it's like to also feel that pain. You must feel it. That's why machita yamba your favor. Lo sisi lona efebe with Lomchita's dad, with Lomchita's bra, with Lomchita, because she's like, you favored and you've hurt me so much. You favored. Bro, eto sisi you favored 10 times. Ejazini ngizokutshengisa ngofriend wakho, ngizokutshengisa nge-enemy yakho. Evele lale nalomchita because she knows ukuthi now you'll feel my pain. or Usis is going to do snacks things. Why don't you just walk away? Why don't you just walk away? If I walk away, you don't feel pain. I'm not when if I walk away, you don't feel pain. Whatever.
How do you heal a woman that you've hurt?
How do you heal a guy that you've hurt?
Let me put context. I forget the guy.
Oh.
No. I'm into this is a personal vibe. So
Okay.
fuck hurting guys.
Oh.
I've hurt women in the past, specifically through cheating. And sorry doesn't work. Even over years. Number 2, I don't know if change works. Because I feel like if you're no longer the man that she knew, she gets angry that you did that for someone else and not for her. And if you don't change, that also makes her angry, even though you're not with her anymore. It's like, well, you're still a cheater. And you're like, Siswami, I haven't known you for 10 years. Like, yeah, but I can see you haven't changed. Why would you still be angry? It's because you're still hurt. It's like, no, I've actually changed. I'm a better man. I'm married. It's like, oh,
Good for her.
fuck that. So you couldn't be this for me? So how do you, is it possible to heal
Yeah,
a
it
woman
is.
that you've hurt?
It is. Punishment. Her heart is bleeding. If you
also bleed.
Yeah.
How
It's
do you
it's
bleed?
human nature. So let's just talk about a dynamic that we know, and I was chatting about this with Waras in terms of baby mama dynamics. The baby mama finds healing in some sort of retribution, if that's the word, for the pain that you've caused her. How does she get that? If you overpay, she wants you to, she's saying, she knows that you can only afford 500 Rand. She knows this. But then 2,000. Because we ask 2,000, you will have to bleed to get that last 1 Rand.
Sure.
And then you say, I will do this. And she sees you bleeding. Kancane, after 12 months, she will start moving differently because human beings, I believe, are dark in their core. You know, if someone says something racist to you, and then you say, yeah, and then they say, I'm so sorry. Uzolapheka mhla exosha emsebenzini. Punishment. Uzolapheka mhla eshayisa imoto yakhe ibe beyond repairs. Uzolapheka mhla naye bamviolate. Then you be like, sure, great. If you hear a lot of people who are still hurt about them getting physically assaulted, they'll say, nah, if I shower. I've realized with humans, we talk like that. Because I said, even with little kids, Brian, I've worked with so many little kids where when they get hit, and I say something like, just say sorry. It's a natural thing. Whenever I look at women who are not allowing the father to see the child, it's because she's carrying so much hurt and he hasn't gotten punished. So I'm going to punish you through lengane. The punishment is oithola wena kodwa, but through lengcos. When you must now say, you know what? Punish, can we negotiate my forms of punishment? You know, I know sisters that have cheated on their boyfriends, or they've done something to wrong their boyfriends, and the boyfriend says, I'll walk away. And the sister says, no. Punish me, let's negotiate the punishment. But you remember when you said that you want to get me that handbag, or you remember that people really at their core believe in punishment, bro. And I think punishment solves as a guy when you wrong a woman. And you give her the power. And it mustn't be physical assault, guys. But you give her the power and you say,
this doesn't answer my question.
Punishment.
But how?
Usisi.
No, me. I want to heal her.
Usisi. Yes. The same way with Amachita.
They'll never say.
They 100% say. You've never asked.
I've asked.
How can you punish me?
When you say sorry, when you genuinely humble yourself,
then you say, what can I do to fix it?
Yes.
No. Don't word it like that.
Exactly that.
No. Don't word it like that. Say, punish me. What is the suited punishment for my behavior? No matter how. I'm going to say, what can I do to fix it?
Sounds like a movie.
No.
But if you say that, what will happen?
Just word it like that and then see if there's anything. Say, okay, I've wronged you and there needs to be consequences for my behavior.
I want you to die.
She's going to say that. Give me...
Mlotshwa.
No, but she wants you to feel pain.
Also healer.
Look at
I've had women tell me, Uguti, I wish you were dead. I wish I'd never met you.
Sure.
That's her telling me
Yeah.
but would
That's
make
the
her feel
punishment.
better. So I'm saying, how do I
Outside of that.
heal that?
Yeah,
No,
but
even with that, how do I heal that?
No. Obviously, lo muntu ngaleso sikhathi ufuna ukuthi uyisakaze chain. Into engeke yenzeke. I'm saying ukuthi now we're talking about real solutions. There needs to be consequences for my behavior. What punishment do I need to go through for you to feel like we are nelseka? Instead of saying, what can I do to help you? I know.
I hear your answer. I'm not answered, but I hear your answer.
That's fine, because I've seen with bullies at schools, and I say to the guy who's getting bullied, what must we do to that guy so that your heart, because I know right now your heart is what's most painful. Don't tell a TV answer, but your heart.
No, they want you to be cheated on, but you can't manufacture that. I can't go get cheated on by my wife who lies about paternity, and then I go to a mental institution so that I'm like, do you feel better now? I married her, she lied about the kids,
but it could be a lot of things. And I'm saying sometimes we don't have to always agree with what they might come across or what they might suggest as the punishment. But I'm telling you, Guti, from my experiences, if someone wrongs you, the that heals the heart quickest is when karma comes into play, or it's controlled punishment, and that person gets to feel the pain that you felt.
Even though it might not be at the same level.
It might not be the same level. It might not. Someone punches me.
Maybe I'll make a video. This is like, maybe I'll make a video and I'll get the answers I'm looking for.
Someone punches me. I'm not saying you might get punched, but I might be very happy with the fact that they assaulted me and now they have to spend the weekend in prison. That pain that they will feel spending the weekend in prison.
Some people must pay me, compensate.
What some sort of punishment. Yeah. I've seen with the guys that I know that have good baby mama relationships. Yeah. La by half in you.
I was about to say you.
And it's not good to uhafa in you efunwa uyena. Not efunwa him. Not efunwa a court. Ne? Not efunwa a court. Not efunwa him. Efunwa uyena. And uhafa khona zothi yami sunwakho. Those guys don't tend, from my experience.
Some people actually even believe in mob justice over going to prison. But I mele simkitike nje avanye wheelchair.
Yeah, simbulala.
Yeah. Kancane nje. Yeah. So I think you're right.
Because manje ngani yethu fethu ena 6 years i-rape. No, lo mchita masimbona hange wheelchair. Sengi right. Angidingi uthi ejele akaqhubeka esipane.
I would make him blind.
But I'm saying ukuthi akaqhubeka esipane. Something nge-wheelchair, spine yakhe isiqhumile. Ne? Ingane yethu shaya rehab nanani, but mina ngisho ngimbona studying khona okungconywana healing verse ukuthi uye ejele 7 years waphuma.
Most people don't believe in prison punishment.
Angifuni mina ngifuni boy mina ngi right mina certain punishments let's ngizoyipunish.
Man, I want you to be disabled, man.
Okay, let me try and spin the question for you guys, because this is what I'm going to do for women. If a woman ever cheated on you, what would you think? What would she need to do for your healing?
She would need to bring her sister into the relationship.
You said this before.
Okay, for you?
I mean, nothing. I walk away, man.
There's nothing.
No, I'm going to. When are you saying in a case where I have to heal, I have to fix.
Nothing for you.
I've got
You'll just deal with your pain.
I've got bigger things to worry about.
You'll just deal with your pain.
Do you think you can answer try and answer for the average guy? Just a gamble.
The guy would want a free pass maybe for a year to shambok other women.
And feel better.
Yeah.
But a lot of the sisters, when my experiences, let me just put a disclaimer, when they step out, it's kind of the emotional attachment to that specific guy is very little to none. So even when you cheat back as a guy, it's very different. I'm talking about from the guy's point. When you cheat back, until you
cheat with a friend.
No, but see. Because now you bring a different dynamic.
Yeah.
So you would see free pass. A lot of sisters but cheat ngoma vele sengifuna a reason out. Ngichita vele ngoba ngisafuna ukuba nawe. And that's why I say and the way he hit me from the back, things that you'd never do. Because she now wants to, I'm out bro. So when I'm telling you, nami ngaleno palace, you're like, good for you. And you're like, good for you. Oh, you had 2. I only had this one guy. You had 2. Well done. High five, big guy. Do
you think most women cheat by initiating, or do you think they cheat as a retaliation because the guys cheated?
Retaliation.
Most. I think it's both, bro. I
70% retaliation.
No, bro. I think it's both. I think a lot of women when they cheat is because they done in the relationship.
Oh, they just want to cheat, man. It has nothing to do with. Like, cheat and shame.
No, but I don't think it's the same. I mean, it's a generalize. We're not saying every single woman.
Yeah.
But I really think, generally speaking, I really think that when sisters, because in a standard stereotypical relationship and how society views it, she's got so much more to lose. So if it's a married couple, that is, society deems this is a good couple, they go to church, they love each other. The wife, from a societal standing, seems like she's got so much more to lose for cheating for just, hey, you look sexy, I'm cheat. So I think because of a factor like that, she needs to consider the home, the child, the this, that, all those dynamics. Verse when dogs, very. So I really think it's kind of thing when umama will step out. It got into a point where emotionally, yes, there are cases, many cases where women can slip and fall on the dick. That's not what I'm disputing.
Slip and fall.
You know,
Slip.
Like, dick. Yeah, but I think a lot of the times, from my experiences talking to sisters, there's so much emotional investment to the guy she's cheating on. To a point where a woman will cheat on a guy, generally, where she wouldn't mind dating that guy. Mm-hmm. Whereas guys can cheat on a girl where there's no chance he'd date her.
Never.
No chance he'd date her. But with women, a lot of the times, who is in a quote-unquote good relationship, will cheat with the guy who is gooder.
Gooder.
Yeah, but
Good.
so that's when I'm
Goodest.
sukwata. Hey, it's like tops, very no pindugan. Bye. Yeah, but every time, and what's the theory called? That woman monkey branch. From one branch to the next bigger branch to a better branch the whole time. So when you're like, and the iPhone 10. She's like, hey, boy, that's iPhone 10, the iPhone 14, and it's like one room. Yeah, now I live in a. So agumlimazi because now I know low pain because she's cheated up. And a lot of women that I know cheat up. So that when I'm also tubile, I walk away.
I check out your good.
I check it out. Pillow man. You
have to leave. Let's shut it down.
Yeah, no, let's shut it down. But it's got
closing
How
remarks.
long have you been hitting?
2 hours, I think.
Let's close it. Mlotshwa, what's your closing, sir?
2 hours 30.
Yeah. We started at past 5.
Too long.
What's your closing, my good sir?
South Africa's gone. South Africa's gone and South Africa's been gone. As we record this, there were 153 Palestinians that landed at OR Tambo without documentation. And the Department of International Relations allowed them in with Home Affairs. The ANC clearly is willing to bring in anyone here that is probably part of their funders. The DA for a while was happy to welcome any Ukrainian refugees into the Cape. There are Israelis buying up property in Cape Town. There are Arabs that are buying property in the Eastern Cape. We have a huge influx of foreigners from the African continent, from Asia. The country's gone and it's been gone. And even Umbeki, speaking to your boy Ndlozi, was saying you can't stop the influx, which almost sounds like him saying they're not willing to do anything. We need to start speaking about creating closed communities that have serious firepower, some kind of an economy for themselves, and also to be able to trade with other communities. And
Like Orania.
Orania is a good analogy, but it's not good enough. I like Stain City, even though a mix of Stain City and Orania. I don't like the fact that Orania doesn't have a border. If Orania had a strict border with security forces around, Orania would be a much better. So I usually a complex like Stain City, which is high security.
Okay.
Stain City of Velungene. So what Uzandile Dabula and the guys at Operation Tudula are doing, and what Jacinta Ngobese Zuma at March and March are trying to do, I don't see it going far, because they can kicking out people out of Soweto or Mlazi means nothing if there's no borders. It's like trying to kick Zimbabweans out. And some of them would know, I'm coming back as a tourist. I know you kicked me out, but I came for a 30-day holiday.
Sure.
So our government really, really serves the rich and the elite. And whatever it takes Checkers says they only have 30% South African drivers. And the South Africans keep leaving. Those are some of the excuses. We go to restaurants and we're served by foreigners. We get our hair cut by foreigners. Siyatenga go my friend. Foreigners are fixing our cars. We're friends with undocumented illegal foreigners. We are aware of people that probably paid bribes to get paperwork if they have any. So the sovereignty of South Africa is gone. Gone. And the conversation now is how do we build close communities? And if you can live in a close community, whether there's South Africans inside or illegal foreigners, but you're like, we know everyone inside here. It's secure. If you guys can have an economy and skills there that you sell to other communities and make money, try and find a sovereign neighborhood, complex, whatever, so that when people speak about Abahambe and foreigners, you're like, hey man, I think South Africa's just become the world. And when I step out of my complex,
It's them.
I'm in the rest of the world, and then I go back to where I am, and Tina, we are safe, and we are secure, and we know everyone, and because South Africa it's been gone. It's just getting worse now. Those are my closing remarks.
I still believe in family. I think we're going into the festive season. I think from E21 Baba Ziyakhala until
21 December.
No, from November. Ziyakhala
End of year. End of year.
yeah, it's kicking in
Corporate end of year,
until 7 January.
We give the one next week is the last week of the
it's
year.
done. It's
Productivity.
Yeah, it's the last week.
My thing before I go into the family thing, you just triggered something about the year ending. You need to sit down with yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you achieved? Whether that goal was a 2025 goal in January, Feb, March, April, whatever it is, you need to sit down with yourself and figure out, what did I achieve? People suffer from auditing themselves. People suffer from auditing their lives. And I think it's this thing of looking yourself in the mirror. People are scared to do that.
They suffer from not auditing.
Yeah, they don't audit. People don't audit their lives. I think
Why must I audit my failures? Because I'm a failure.
Yeah.
It's very principle.
I think people must sit down now. It's the end of the year, because people believe in the year, the 12 months. If it's a thing for you, sit down and figure out, what is it that I achieved and what is it that I need to do better from a health perspective, from a relationship perspective, spiritual perspective, finance perspective. Is that time of the year to introspect and figure out, what can I do? And I think you looking at yourself in the mirror is a big thing, and most people don't want to practice that thing. So it's quite important that you figure out, what is it? Because I try to audit every 3 months. I'm like, okay, Ndana, this is the issue, and literally force myself to become better. But I guess we're all built different. And then outside of that, I still believe in family. I think in this festive season, if you guys can gather and figure out, what is it that we can do to become better as a family unit?
Extended family.
Yeah, extended family, your immediate family. I think the two, extended and immediate family. What is it that we can do to become better? Because I think what's killing the Black nation is we've been infiltrated by money. Money has become the culture in our families. Whoever's got more money is the one that has a bigger voice in the family.
They're the eldest.
Yeah. Kunentwana in a 30, he works at KPMG. Unenyuku ngidlula wonke umuntu in the family.
Uyumkhulu.
Yeah. Kiyena boss ya di boss. You know what I mean? And I think we need to go back to as now December period, because most people are meeting nyana. Because most people don't want to go. The stats are increasing that most people don't want to go back home in December. I don't know if it's a thing now.
Because of money.
Because of inyuku mfethu.
And the
Nicela inyuku mfethu. Yo, umalume every day ufuna 50 rand.
Every time Joburg in December, everyone is here.
Yeah.
Like everybody's,
it has changed.
Like, you assume that because again traveling is expensive. Just if you want to, let's go on vacation. People don't do vacations in December anymore.
Yeah.
They're expensive. That we don't drive to family accidents on the road.
Yeah.
The drinking alcohol culture.
Traffic.
All these things. I'm gonna go there. Bafuni imali,
Bafuni
bazongixhasa.
inyuku,
Because now they're gonna see the car I'm driving. Bangixhasa, whether sebengifuna inyuku, imali grand or whatever. Like it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that thing is a lot.
When are you getting married? When you're nengane, all this thing, and I'm like, you know what? I might as well just stay in Joburg and just.
I think Black families don't have a leader anymore. You know, back then you knew who was the leader in this family. Makunyiwa, you know, one must ngara kulo mdala loya or uma old lady.
Sure.
We knew that at least there will be some sort of a solve. Right now, we don't have that anymore as a black family. And I think in times like this, because there's more holidays, you know, in December, you guys can try gather and speak about this thing. That's if those things are important to you. But try audit yourself, your immediate family, and audit the extended family. Yeah.
So my parting words again is sounds very negative, but I think we live in a very broken society. Look, the Women for Change, we really do hope that there is change. And those that support the movement, all the best. Tina, as all South Africans, we just don't want any violence towards anyone. So if that's our voices being put out there, then great. But work on self, guys. I think as individuals, we're very, very, very broken, whether it's you doing an individual audit, whether you whatever. Work on self. The over-reliance on government that doesn't give a fuck. You know, government is out there just campaigning to solve a problem, but as we said, if the problem gets solved, then they can't campaign against nothing, and therefore there's no need for them. So really, you know, whether it's DA, ANC, EF, give me a fun. So work on self, work on your close circle, and then hopefully once your cup is full, you can help your next door neighbor, you can help your neighborhood, your community, and then we can grow like that.
Yeah,
that's my 2 cents.
So you must have a mic, man.
No, but if I want to say something, I just come there.
Ah.
Anyway, cheers out.
Thank you so much.
Uncle.